Graba como me desvelo cada vez que sueno con velocidad, clavando la palabra muy bueno. Te das cuenta que luego de mi negro no puedo frenar como caramelo muy dulce que no pulse cada vez que viene que yo voy a rimar, clavando la palabra de un modo perfecto. Te inyecto cada vez que vengo a rimar tranquilo. Tiro el estilo y domino tranquilo los ritmos, mi amigo no pueden frenarme si voy camino. Cada vez que toda palabra la afino la puedo grabar muy tranquilo. Mi nigo, vos ves cómo juego con todo el sonido que yo la va clavando tranca. Mi bloda no van a escucharlo como lo consigo. Estoy tranquilo, mi tipo suena. Mi negro no es un prototipo, es del equipo crema. Eso es buena, como el día, tratando de llevar para mi hogar todos los días. Toda la vida no es joda, maniga. Esto no es por moda, innova, soy Cody, no Kodak. Decían que podían parar mi rap, pero soy como Martín Caradagian. Carajo, me cago a carcajadas de esos rappers que están hablando bullshit. Mi flow fluye, bullshit. MC, escuche, construye como en Guay Machine, como si fuera el que estaba en Las Vegas. Mi rap navega, Tony Pega, flow de nega. Manega, maneja la mierda nueva y llega, despega la habilidad cada vez que entrega otro juego nuevo de MC. Así, yo lo hago a mil, nosotros somos la Wii, no podés venir con la Sega. Nega, vos sabés cómo se hace el freestyle, equipo crema, te enseña cómo se hace el trap, ningún problema. Escucha mis temas de verdad, Santi enseñales, clavarle puñales de lírica rap. Energía, solamente quiero tener días, solamente quiero hacer rap y no porquerías, solamente quiero cagarme la policía. Traiga todas tus musas que vamos a hacer una orgía. Estoy tranquilo con Tizan, no tengo ni Nissan, mis rimas cotizan, te pisan y santifican todo el ritual, hipnotizan. Quien se desliza, como yo en el track, no sé bailar, pero hago breaking, no sé hacer yoga, pero con la droga te hago reiki. Ya no frenan este flow letal, entiéndame la escena, hasta lo hago parar. A veces digo estoy loco mental, tengo que bajar, me pongo medio tosco, me conozco, los pongo a llorar. Sé lo que compongo y lo que pongo porque es calidad. hiphopeargentina.com.ar, me voy a cagar en Adrián Suárez y en Tinelli. El día que rompa un récord Guinness y grabe una peli. Mientras tanto mataré a esos sucios, Confucio, no son Machiavelli. Quieren aplicarme Tucio y a Meli, mitad nadie. Estoy con el Santi, los pesco infraganti en el aire. Nobody can stop me, I'm the real freestyler. Original desde Rosario, vivo en Buenos Aires.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
¿Te atreverías?
Ahí está. ¡Bemba! ¡Es original! ¡Kimba! Ella lo baila. ¿Quieres de mí? Origini. Todo para ti. ¡Hey, baby! Original y originini. Yo no tengo un cromo de panini. Si viene el Kimba lo reventó con el fucking altavoz. Si vengo por el liga, estoy con el chico para soltarlo bien tranquilito. Es el Kimana, el Kimaneto, porque tiene el ritmo y esqueleto. No vi, ella no vio nada. Cuando suelto ritmo parece en la bocanada. No soy un dragón, pero suelto llamaradas. No soy un cabrón, pero sueno que te cagas. Original y parecen bandadas de cuervos volando que viene a matar. Si quieres algo del Magneto, siempre ves buscando un ritmo. Es original, siempre suena fresco. lo mejor me lo merezco. No tenemos parentesco, con lazos de parece popescu. ¡Ey! Original, el maneta ha llegado a soltar los ritmos sentados. Si quieres algo bueno, pues yo vengo de un pasado. Desde lejos, hace tiempo, no soy viejo. Estoy atento, estoy contento. El entrecejo, no lo ves, escondí hace tiempo. Original representa de radio, el Netflix de Europa. Pa' venir a reventar todos los escenarios y llevarme la copa.
Un aplauso, un aplauso.
Qué bueno. ¿Asustado, hermano?
Tú no te puedes ir, si no te pongo otro.
Póngalo de principio.
Entonces, ahí va, atención.
Real. Estamos en Radio International Real. Hey,
Original.
hemos vuelto a la casa de Real Netflix de Europa. Bombo claro, dice.
Anda.
Don't stop, everybody, don't stop. Llegó el general para prender el club. Hey, sing a boy, then yabadabadu. Con mi crew, solo tú, dame luz. Hey, sing it, badu. Don't stop, everybody, don't stop. Llegó el general para prender el club. Sing it, boy, them yabadabadu. Con mi crew, solo tú, dame luz. Everything come through. Ooh, girl, think you better. I think you clever. Hey, stay, my fucking old nigga. Hey, girl, think you better. I think alone, my brother. Everybody come on, nego, hace radio, está fresco. Dice, mueve el cadera, mueve tremendo, suena perfecto, filo becar, suena perfecto, viene del ritmo del gueto, band the fuck on the national. Hey, nego, the fama, no really nobody, se mueve el estilo, suena fenomenal, suena bien guapo que viene los ritmos, el radio siempre suena fenomenal, mueve cadera, mueve tremenda, ese Neto, el rey de la fiesta, suena guapo, te lo digo, sacaría, así que dale, on the freak, nego.
Yo, shalom, fam. ¿Qué huele? Buenas noches a todos. Hey, shalom, Rick. What's up, Al? Shalom, bro. I don't care. How we say I don't care? Don't care. Shalom, bro. Good to have you guys here with me. For you that keep the Sabbath Friday and Saturday, happy Sabbath. Y'all know how I roll. Lord willing, maybe it's the spirit will move y'all. Anyways, I got a important topic to go through real quick, and I'm just gonna get to it. All right. Let me get this out of the way. First of all, I want to answer some things here. And look, I'm gonna do this too because I'm not one to do this. Talk about people or whatever, man. But you posted on this. Hey, shalom, Vladimir. Man, I can't even see you, bro. It's always like that, man. You're always on this right side. Here, I'm gonna post what you said on this side so you can see. Man, that's weird, bro. Like you're right there. You see that? You're right there, dude. You're right there, but you're not over here. Weird stuff, huh? El sistema no te quiere, güey. No te quiere, güey. It's all good, man. You know how it is, bro. Anyhow, I want to answer this young man, and I say that with all due respect. Whether you're listening now or not, you probably are listening now, because I understand the psyche of a human being, and I mean it like a human being and a frijol too. So this young man here says, "Fucking show you got going on, bro." I replied, "Let me guess. We should be listening to your stupid channel. Get the out of here. Listen, fam. I may be rude in speech, but I'm not rude in knowledge, okay? And this isn't the first time, kid. And it doesn't bother me, man, you know, because Lord willing, you're our people. So this is why I do these things. But I mean, for God's sakes, man, you got Messenger. I think you even see my number here. Matter of fact, I don't hide from anybody. Okay? So this is to answer you. Lord willing, you get it. Consider it edification. Consider it brotherly love. Consider however you want to take it. Because this is not a channel about emotions, okay? Nor am I going to be a respecter of people. So let me read this first of all. Numbers chapter 13, verse 27. Report of the spies, right? You guys kind of know where I'm going, maybe. Verse 27 says, and they told him, and he said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it flowed with milk and honey, and it is full, and it is the fruit of it. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and cities are walled and very great. And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwelled in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites, like Jerusalem, and the Amorites. These are all sons of Ham, except Amalekites, dwelled in the mountains, and the Canaanites. So now, there's a distinction here. Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites, and Canaanites. Now, I know a lot of you guys get offended because you see Canaanites and I say Canaanites. Well, let me kind of peel a little bit of that off, okay? We know now that there's other tribes among you that hate the shit out of you. Canaanites, your own people, yes. Okay? That doesn't make you an Israelite. You see, the Bible is about the Israelites. That doesn't mean that there wasn't slavery for other people. Egypt enslaved black, African, Nubian-looking type of people. The Most High didn't come and save them. You think they did. So it says the Amalekites dwelled in the land, the Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites dwelled in the mountains. And then it says, and the Canaanites dwelled by the sea and by the coast of Jordan. So it separates the Canaanites from the Jebusites, Hittites, and Amorites, but they're all one family. Now, my point is this too. It's a double thing. And Caleb stilled the people before Moses and said, let us go up once and possess it, for we are well able to overcome it. But the man, hold on a second. But the man also sabroso or brilloso or chapuzoso, whatever you want to call yourself. But the men that went up with him said, we be not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we. Because that's really what you feel. I can sense it in your spirit. Because you want to know something about so-called Hispanics? We are so quick to jump on the güeros, man. It's a psychological effect. But as soon as it says, oh, negros, oh, no sé, güey. Están bien calotes, cabrón. Corren más rápido que yo, güey. Brincan más alto que yo, cabrón. Son estupendos, güey. That's what you guys say. Jude 1:10. But these speak of evil. I'm sorry, but here, let me go to it. Thank you, bro. Let me go to it real quick. It says here, Jude 1 and verse 10. And it says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not. Oof, man. Here it goes. Gotcha, bitch. Because you don't know. You don't know. And that's the problem. That I wish that you would speak with knowledge and then we would listen to you. But no, you don't. But they speak evil of those things which they know not. The fuck is this, a show? Yeah, it is a show. Did you not know? It's free, by the way. I don't charge, unlike your elders. Ooh. Why do they charge for every freaking show that they do? Every show. But hey, a woe unto me, right? Anyhow. And it says here, but these speak of those things which they know not, but what they know naturally as brute beast. Oh, dear Jesus. I'm not even, as a matter of fact, let me read it out loud. I'm going to read it loud. As brute beast. In those things, they corrupt themselves. Now, if you get offended also, because we're calling you a beast. Don't worry, my brother. Don't worry about that. Ecclesiastes 3:18. Watch this. I said in my heart concerning the state of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see themselves as beast. You understand that? So don't be offended, because you're acting like a beast, meaning you don't think. You see, beasts are reactive. They don't process information. They don't sit there and analyze it and judge before speaking. This channel is nothing about other than just facts and material. I haven't brought anything else other than just books and links and videos that other people do. Shit, I even showed it that their own so-called West Africans. Actually, I won't say so-called. Well, yeah, because in the Bible they're not West Africans. So-called West Africans, they get offended because I bring truth. So, when they say this, look, watch this real quick, okay? Let me read that again. But these speak evil of those things which they know not. You know why? Because you say you're from Mexico, but you don't even know what happened in Mexico. But what they know naturally, meaning whatever these camps taught you, that you say as brute beast. Here, I'll show you. I will show you. Okay? I'm going to take you through what we know now. All right? To what we know now. So, just wait a second also. This is love, bro. Hopefully you don't get offended, man. We're trying to build you up, man. Because you got it all wrong, my brother. And it's not like you can't call or text. I mean, shit, you can call me, bro. I don't got a problem, man. We could talk. But, a lot of times when people are fearful, they tend to say just stuff. Let's listen in real quick.
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the Twilight Zone.
But what they know naturally as brute beasts, and those things they corrupt themselves.
As if they play chess, while humanity is playing checkers.
But in some cases, the white father actually did remain in their child's life, but used their whiteness to accelerate the social status of their mixed children. One such example of this was Blanche Bruce, the son of a Virginia planter who became the first so-called African American to be elected and serve a full term as U.S. Senator. To let Bruce tell it, he escaped slavery and attended Oberlin College, a school intended for well-connected blacks, and became his own man, a real bootstrap story, rather than the truth of him being stewarded by his Caucasian father. A common practice of Virginia slave owners was to allow their mixed children to escape rather than freeing them as not to involve identification or documentation of the state.
I'm no expert in agriculture, but that land out there does not look very productive. Yet your family held on to it for generation after generation. Why is that? Tell them what he used to say to you.
We learned that it in these just a little longer. Someday we shall reap God's harvest from this patch garden. It is promised to us.
Louis Farrakhan, who is another high-level Freemason who runs the Nation of Islam for the Archbishop of Chicago.
A lot of people could say the black community, as well as, specifically the Nation of Islam, they blame white supremacy when we know that those are truly issues.
So we have all these high-level Masonic leaders, black and white, of all these various different religions, working together for agitation among the peoples of this country, but never, ever exposing the papacy.
So he says for agitation. Let me read it again. June 1:10. But these speak evil of those things which they know not. I've done the work. I've read the books. I put the effort in. I broke ground. I'm not saying me, I'm talking about through the Most High, I was able to break the clods of this corrupt mind that I had because I was meek and because I just shut the hell up. And I didn't, like, oh, I'm gonna, no, man, I just shut up. And I like, let me find out what's going on. Let me analyze it. I analyze things. And then if it makes sense, and then you know what? You can't deny it. But these speak evil of those things which they know not. You got no love for your people. But what they know naturally, because some mother nation taught you some shit, as brute beasts, excuse my language, in those things, they corrupt themselves. Nah, we're the same people, that tribe, man, my black brothers. And then all of a sudden you go to jail and you find out that you ain't got family like that. What you got, bro? I love all my people, native descents. We have a lot of internal tribal war among ourselves to hope we can put the brakes on it. But we got to let the book be the meaning rod to expose. That's right, man. Hey. Gotcha. That's right, bro. It's not about emotions. You know what? And I'm telling you, man, there's brothers are on this platform that understand that I had to swallow my pride and apologize and like, yo, listen, man, there's a bigger mission than what our emotions or maybe misunderstanding of doctrine is completely right now. You see, the thing about our raza is that we are all about our people. And sometimes we'll put aside certain things in order for the good of the colony. You guys don't know that. Let's continue. It's almost done.
As the true heart and soul and its real master.
The same people that created the Federal Reserve Bank, the same people that created the League of Nations, that eventually became the United Nations, the same people that created the Council on Foreign Relations, are the same people that created the NAACP and the Urban League, the Boule. These people are deceivers. A lot of preachers, I hate to say it, the devil have preachers.
If Allah is the God of heaven and...
But it says, but what they know naturally, meaning because some dude told them, some tribe, as brute beast, in those things, they corrupt themselves, meaning speaking out of your Isaiah 1:3, the ox knoweth his owner. You damn right they do. Then the ass is master's crib. Yo, listen, you want to know something? They actually do hard work and they don't complain, nor do they do YouTube videos about how hard they work as animals. But Israel does not know. My people do not consider. You know why you don't consider? Because you think that that's just, I don't know, we should measure up to each other based on standard of living. I don't have it that good, bro. But I tell you what, everybody in this country has it better than people in Raza, than Mexico. So shut up. It's pretty idiotic to even compare yourself like that. Proverbs 19:18, chasten thy son while there's hope, and let not thy soul spare for this. Oh, listen, I'm glad you said that, bro, because it gets to this point. Because you know this, bro. Jude 1:19. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, not having the spirit. This is not about emotions right now. It's not the time to be emotional. But ye, beloved, building up yourselves on the most holy faith, praying in the Holy Ghost. Keep yourselves in the love of God, looking for mercy of our Lord Jesus Christ unto eternal life. Now, I had patience with this brother. I really did. And I have testimony. I'm not just, I have a witness. Then it says here, and of some have compassion, making a difference, because I made that clear. But eventually, others save with fear, pulling them out of the fire, hating even the garment spotted by the flesh. Why? You dislike the fact? Deuteronomy 16:19, look what it says. Thou shalt not wrest judgment. Let me read it easier for you. They are not to be unjust or show partiality in their judgment. And they are not to accept bribes. Hey, listen, you know, my shirt is for sale. Listen, man, we got the Nazi X now in Sakari.com. For gifts blind the eyes of wise and honest men and cause them to give wrong decisions. Second Chronicles 19:7. Honor the Lord and act carefully. because the Lord our God does not tolerate fraud or partiality or taking bribes. I mean, you guys talk about not being reciprocal. Man, I don't want them to tell the enemy how bad they did to our people. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Proverbs 24:23. The wise have also said these things. It is wrong for judges to be prejudiced. If they pronounce a guilty person innocent, they will be cursed and hated by everyone. Judges who punish the guilty, however, will be prosperous and enjoy a good reputation. Why did I pick that? I don't know why the hell I read that. I don't like this translation. Let me see this real quick. Oh, here it goes. That's right. Proverbs 24:23. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. Watch this real quick. Verse 21. My son, fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. Because that's what you were doing. All throughout Facebook, man, you were doing that. So I had patience with you until like you just came at me. You got to really know, man. You got to really know that this is not the time to speak without knowing. Watch everything you say. Lamentation 4:16. The anger of the Lord had divided them. He will no more regard them. They respected not the priests, the persons of the priests. They favored not the elders. Nah. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. Oh, no, man. You Mexicans, y'all are Issachar, y'all are donkeys. Yeehaw! This guy don't know anything. As for us, our eyes have yet failed for our vain help, because it's the West African American with all his might and power and electric afro that's going to save us, because he's going to give me a cap and I'm going to fly like Superman. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So you chose first the white man, now you chose the black man. Is that really where we're going now? I mean, it's getting pretty crazy. I'm almost done with this particular topic here. I just want to clear this up, fam. Because you know what? You got something to say. I mean, shoot, the link is right there. I know you're watching. Don't go after the video's done and then go post your shit. Just do it now. Deuteronomy 12:31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy God. For every abomination to the Lord, which he hated, have they done unto other gods. For even their sons and their daughters have they burnt in their fire of their gods. Do you understand what this means, family? This is a warning of idolatry right here. When you, this doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, the fire. Listen, when you put into the spiritual fire of other gods, you're worshiping other gods. And you would take, I mean, if you have kids and daughter, I don't know if you have kids or not, but that's what you're doing. I mean, look, family, we've already known now. It's Deuteronomy 18:22, 18:20 said, right here, I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to paraphrase. It says here, if these guys come in with a so-called prophecy and it doesn't happen, then whether they come in the name of the Lord or another God, then guess what? That prophet's going to die. You guys are a walking corpse. All you One West indoctrinated brothers and sisters and all of you, whether you're from our people or not, all of you guys. Now you're trying to run away and like, oh no, we were tricked. We were tricked. No, you knew the entire time. You're not going to sit here and tell me that you didn't know. I'll show you right now. Let me see. Where is it at? Show you real quick. See, I didn't know these things. So you create a prophecy that's not true. And then now, all of a sudden, you act like, oh, we didn't mean to. It wasn't like that. See, you misunderstand. No, there's no misunderstanding.
For the cameras, people move their hands. They speak with their hands. So why would you go after these people that you see some hand sign?
All right, let's deal with what you've just said.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2.
Raza, they were funny. Raza, they were.
And this is the thing as well, bro.
Anyway, Raza.
Centric.
For the cameras, people move their hands. They speak with their hands. So why would you go after these people with no evidence other than the fact that you see some hand signs?
All right, let's deal with what you've just said. Can you hear me?
Yep.
1, 2. All right, so you said there's no evidences. Then you've also used the word that's quite inferring. You said go after. Now, my question is this. If this was me going after John Hagee, Israelite communities wouldn't say a word. If this was me going after Vo Cab Malone, Hebrew Israelite communities wouldn't say anything. If this was me going after the ridiculous 12 tribes chart,
with that same spirit, that same
Louis Farrakhan, who
with that same
from your grandma, we can
say
that
probably
give me a
not
second.
a
Here it goes, right,
single
there it goes,
black
right here.
family in the United States who does
from your grandma. In the community, we have put people on from your grandma. We can say
There's
that
probably not a single black family in the United States who doesn't have a family member who has some kind of connection to Freemasonry or the Divine Nine. Believe
say that
that.
again. Say that again, brother. Say that again for the one in the back.
There's probably not a single family in the United States of America that does not have someone connected to the Divine Nine or Freemason.
See what I mean? See what I mean? What did the scripture say? Brute, speaking without knowing. Analyze the situation first, man. Discipline is essential for our nation's verbal, physical, and spiritual rebukes among internal and external brotherhood is justified as long as we do not compound infraction or violation. Some deserve a mouth shut. Even Yah had the earth swallow rebellious cliques in bro Moses camp. Yeah, for sure. They're over there talking behind his back. What does he know? He's the old man. What does he get to do it? So, bro, come on, man. It's like this isn't time to be all corrupt. And this goes to him, and this goes to you, West Africans, because you are dealing with your other tribesmen, which are Phoenicians. They're not necessarily Canaanites, and they've been tricking you all for some time. But you guys knew better. You guys knew this. Come on, stop lying to yourself. And these so-called Hispanics that are in there, man, it's like too late now. I don't know, Lord willing, but I don't know, man, because we weren't lying to you. Isaiah 30:8. Now go write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for a time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, nah, man, that 12-type chart feels good. And to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Bro, it wasn't black people. It was only white people that enslaved, man. It was just philanthropy on them. Speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Whether you are our people or not, y'all knew better. You guys knew better. You knew this was not. You knew that you have a history of Freemasonry. All you black Americans, West Africans, all that. You guys knew that you had a history of Freemasonry, and you never, ever share that with anybody. I find it so funny that all of a sudden y'all act like, oh, we never knew we were the Jews. No, wait a minute. You guys, Crowdy was a Freemason. Matthews was a Freemason. Why the lies? And for you guys that are in there, I don't know. Oh man, I guess in a way, I do want to feel bad for y'all, but in a way I don't, In a way I don't. It's not like this was very puzzling, 2 Corinthians 11:13. For such are false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of the Messiah, the Mashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. It gave you a hint right there. Who goes to Deuteronomy 6:25 all the time to explain righteousness? They do. Whose end shall be according to their works. Yeah, because look what they did. They fooled you. They fooled you. Pre-met Luciferian camouflage into BHI using the book to captivate spells in our people. Yeah. Hey, man, listen. This is crazy, family. I found this, and here, let me see if I can find it. And I was talking to a brother about it. Let me see. Let's see if I can get it. I'm going to show you something real quick. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to show you guys something real quick, okay? These guys aren't kidding, man. This is from a book called The Secret Teachings of All Ages, an encyclopedic outline of Masonic, Hermetic, Kabbalistic, and Rosicrucian symbolical philosophy, being an interpretation of the secrets of teachings concealed within the rituals, allegories, and mysteries of all ages. I don't recommend y'all read this. I don't. Okay? You brothers and sisters need to get rooted. Extract from the book of Dr. Whatever. From my youth, I follow the arts. Yada, yada, yada. After the pack had been arranged, this mighty spirit, whose name was Astaroth, introduced me to another spirit by the name of Morbuel. These guys conjure up a bunch of different ones. ACL, Eniguel, Marbuel, ACL, Machiel. But bro, listen, this ain't no joke. Don't read this. Don't read it. Don't even get into it. Your spirit is not rooted in this. I glance, I read. I'm not in that position to be attacked, fam. This is research. Let's put it this way. Part of me is a little bit, I guess a little scared. You know what I mean? I ain't lying, a little bit. But at the same time, I understand that this is something that the Most High is having me show y'all. This is not a joke, man. I don't know why all of a sudden people look, and we're seeing videos now that these so-called West Africans like, oh no, these bullets, they tricked us. Shut up. Galatians 1:16. I marvel that you are soon so removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel. I'm gonna tell you this right now, to you brothers and sisters that never felt rooted. All praises to the Most High. Isaiah. All praise to the Most High that you guys didn't feel rooted. Because something in you was telling you, like, oh, this is not right. Which is not another. But there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of the Mashiach. But though we, or an angel from heaven, preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have not preached unto you, let him be accursed. Cornelius, Hezekiel, Jehu, Jericho, Mordecai, all of you guys, man. Damn. And you're still in the street doing this. As we have said before, so I say now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have not received, let him be accursed. For do I now persuade man or God? Or do I seek to please men? For if I yet please men, I should not be the servant of the Mashiach, because that's exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm not persuading you. I'm showing you what I'm finding. Hey, look at it. See, there it goes right here. Hey, hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link. See, I knew you were watching in secret. I'm glad that you actually have the huevos to show up. Here. What do you got to say? Since you got so much huevos to come on here. Come on, bro. Show us what you know about the Bible and how wrong we are about this fantastic show that you seem to enjoy. I mean, unless you're a subscriber, how do you know we even have a class? They're gonna take. I kind of thought about that for a moment, man. Kind of thought about that. I kind of thought about that. Because you want to know something, man? I'm not trying to get paid for this. I am not answering for incentives. No, I have a job and a family. And I pay a lot more than you can even imagine. But see, I don't complain. Nor do I open my mouth without even knowing what I'm talking about. And continue to listen. And see, this is what kids do, family. They just laugh. They cry. But then they go to Facebook and they get their ass kicked from the West Africans. Go figure. Go figure. Here. See, we online. I put this up on TikTok, and they knocked it down. Right. Other nations in this country going through some stuff like this. So, yeah, all he's gonna do is spit Afrocentric doctrine. He don't even know it, man. That's the problem. He don't even know how we got here. That's the funny part, bro. So, anyways, listen, fam. TikTok took this down, and I want to show this to you again because, unlike other nations that go through a bunch of different things, we don't have it the same. We don't have it the same at all, fam. All right, so let's listen in real quick. Hold on, here we go. Oh, here goes. It's all a show. Hey, well, you're here. I find it pretty interesting that you find it a show, but you're watching it. Man, oh man. Oh, I get it. Sakari sent you over here, huh? Nah, don't worry, Rick. Don't worry, man. I rather enjoy this. Let him sit back and learn. I'm not gonna block you, man. Go ahead. Make yourself very, very ridiculously stupid in front of everybody, so they'll know that I wasn't joking. See, we, unlike other nations in this country, when they go through the institutional system, it's not the same for them that it is for us. Here's why.
To do whatever it is that they're doing. This video is directed to all y'all because I've seen a lot of videos on social media, a lot of the Mexicans and different people, they saying this is the reason why he got and this and that, but they really not going into details because they can't. So I'm gonna do it because I'm black. I ain't Mexican, you feel me? I'm really gonna say what the rest of the Mexicans can't say on here. You know, like the Gunners Collective, Dubs, and the rest of the Mexicans on here, Hate the World and all them stuff, you feel me? I'm gonna say what they can't say on here, you feel me? But I'm gonna be respectful about it. First and foremost, I want to send a special prayer, shout out all my prayers and blessings to Money Sway family. You feel me? To his moms, his sister, to everybody that's in his family, people that love him. I send my prayers to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I send all my blessings to y'all, and I hope that you know that you can get through this. And you know what I'm saying? You know, they say God don't make no mistakes. We can't question God's plan. You know, we gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, stay strong and believe in the word, believe in God, believe that everything's for a reason. Like I said, this video is for all the Mexicans. All the Mexicans that's in California and Mexicans that want to come to California to try to live and do whatever it is they want to do, whether they feel like they want to rap or do whatever. Being a Mexican in California is hard, right? What I mean by hard is they don't have no jurisdiction over their life. If you born a Mexican, you don't have no jurisdiction over your life. You damn near can't even do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're not a gang member and you're just a regular person, like a regular Mexican that deal with blacks, whites, Mexicans, but you're just a regular Mexican, then you go to jail. You're going to have to make a decision to choose who you're going to ride with as far as if you're going to ride with the Mexican gangs or the Paisas. The Paisas are the Mexicans that come from Mexico, the ones that be wearing the big hats, big belt buckles and all that. Those are Paisas. You know what I'm saying? They got Paisas all over the United States. You know what I'm saying? Paisas is the ones that don't play. You know, they got the bag. They got all the little connects and all that other shit. Those are Paisas. The Mexican gang members, they different from the Paisas, right? In California, the Mexicans, they really up under a jurisdiction. They really up under strict ass rules. You know what I'm saying? They really up under stuff that, you know, they don't got no win. You know what I'm saying? They get just like Money Side Sway. You feel me? Money Side Sway, in my opinion, he got killed because he wasn't a Mexican gang member, and he probably wasn't formulating with their program that they really was trying to do up there because he's the new generation of the Mexicans that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? They not really prejudiced and really like, you know, on the gangbang stuff. You know what I'm saying? They about their money, having fun, you know, swagged out and all that other stuff. The essays, you know what I'm saying? The gang members, the way they politics is, they don't care about that. They don't even understand that. You know what I'm saying? So when a Mexican go to jail, he got to follow program. He got to fall in line with them, and he got to pay rent. You feel me? And he got to pay rent. He got to pay rent. All Mexicans got to pay rent. Every last Mexican that go to jail, they got to pay. They got to pay their peoples. You feel me? They gotta pay. Every Mexican that go to jail gotta pay to their peoples. You feel me? They don't got no jurisdiction. They can't say, oh no, this is my money. None of that. They can't do none of that, or they gonna end up like Money Side Sway. Those are facts. That's not opinions. That's not I think. Those are facts. You feel me? Mexicans do not have no jurisdictions over their life. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Mexican in California, you have no jurisdiction over your life. You don't control your life. So the best thing that you can do, if you're not really on that level, just live a regular life. Don't break no law. Don't do none of that to where you got to go to jail and fall up under they pecking order and fall up under their rules. You know what I'm saying? Money Side Sway, he didn't have no smut on his name. He didn't tell on nobody. He didn't do none of that. You feel me? And from what I'm seeing, from what I'm seeing, before he got took down, he had just had an altercation like a couple of weeks or a month before that, right? So they was already trying to get him. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing I'm gonna say. The Mexicans, they are really jealous, man. Not of black people, but they jealous of their own people, bro. Mexicans are jealous of their own people. I'm talking about Mexicans that's behind the wall. Mexicans that's in jail. You feel me? They are jealous of their own people. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about you getting out, finna have a release date or none of that, because in their mind, everything is for the La Raza.
So again, that's not my world. I don't understand it fully, but just me being a so-called Mexican, I could see why he doesn't understand the last part. It's not envy, man. Not envy. In my household, just regular household, a believer of the Most High, keeping the commandments as best as we can, right? We all help each other. There's collective, there's individuality in the household, but collectively. Let me continue that part, because some people don't remember these things.
Wow, and we were under the
All right, so
same
remember,
allies.
This dude here, and by the way, I want to say something to you. You see, I know that you're a kid, a very little young kid, because when I was growing up, we never used that word. We never, ever, ever used that word towards us, especially, or anybody else. That's how I know that you are so young in your mind, man. You have no idea what you're talking about. But see, we know what we talk about here, because we do, we do the research and we read. Call it a show, whatever you want. I don't care, man. You're not offending me. Call me a Mongo. I don't care. You're not offending me. Mamzer, it doesn't matter, man. None of that stuff that you learned in these One West camps are gonna ever bother me. That's why your elders run from this channel. Let's go.
You edited video to lie on me. That trend started by you. That's the
Weasel, the weasel.
That's right. Okay, the conquistador.
Yes. Wow, and guess what, Wetback?
Now, I don't know what kind of man you are, also. Fundillo brilloso. I don't know what kind of man you are. But here, where I'm from, and I think a lot of people in the channel can attest to it, this isn't rebuking. This is just offensive. So don't call me a nigga, because I'm not one. Nor do I have this spirit. Let me read that real quick before I continue, bro. Proverbs 18:2, a fool does not delight in understanding, but only in airing his opinions. Man, that's fucking beautiful, bro. What is it gonna say? How come you don't? Are you gonna tell these guys they're a show too? No, I've seen you. You brown nose them.
Chapter 15, it's a free country. This was our country, now it's the white man's country. Don't sound free to me. Pinche idiota, vamos, man. Vamos.
Hey, any of you on my timeline rooting for that punk white one, what the y'all thought was gonna happen? And our people that pack in the churches every Sunday to worship this white boy, we know that they're not true believers in the Most High. Freedom. Right, hey, man.
With that same spirit, that same sort of trying to draw you in, to trip you up, to make you angry, to make you denounce that you even believe in Christ. and the Bible, that same spirit, that same arrogance, that same and after seeing TCA's behavior and this other person that I've had conversations about concerning the Bible, I have to now say there's some kind of spirit roaming in the UK that's taken up residence inside our brothers. Because I remember when he had riled me up so much, like I have long stopped cursing. And let me tell you, I was just cussing like no one's business. And then, of course, he was then turning it around on me. And so what you experienced this evening, I've experienced the same thing with someone else. And I swear it is a spirit. And someone in the chat said, this is a spirit of something. I took a screenshot, but I need to go and research it because this is now the second time that I am seeing this attitude. And because time is so short, I really believe that this is a distraction sent from the devil.
I understand, man. I know it's, it'll probably never happen because, you know what I mean? You're not here. But it is frustrating, bro, because you got our own people going against something that, I mean, it's not like I'm, stretching out a scripture. I'm not stretching the scripture out. I'm just showing shit. Anyways, listen, let me show you guys something real quick because I know some people in Hawaii, and I think it's important to at least, send some prayers out because, we're everywhere, family. And I'm not going to get into the whole historical part of it, but there is a small connection between us and them. All right, let's continue.
Long term, I just came from a meeting run by the governor. All these developers were talking about forget the permit process. We're going to build homes, not in Lahaina, and make these homes available. You know what the truth of that is? They were like fast track their development. And they're not fucking helping the people over here. There was not one conversation in this meeting about the people. Every conversation that was had, every developer that came up there and talked about what they could offer was about getting rid of the permits so that they can steal water from our streams, they can fucking fast track westernization development and forget about culture and place. That's gonna be our hardest journey in this long road to recovery.
This shit needs to stop.
This is Maui.
The reason I'm bringing this up is because this guy, it's funny what he says, right? He said it needs to stop because people are, conspiracy theory, so to speak, right? And all due respect to people in Hawaii, man, I'm not going to, talk like that about, because there's some family members that I know that, listen, fam, there's not just a few people, there's thousands of people, okay? A couple. But this guy goes and says, obviously he's somebody with the elitists, because look what he says, right? Oh, it's not their fault. But look at why he says it's not their fault.
Look at the millionaires and billionaires' beachfront properties untouched.
That the fatal wildfires that happened in Hawaii were started by this laser beam.
Why are all the car doors closed? If I was running for my life,
What's going to happen in the coming weeks? Let's debunk the first conspiracy of billionaires being behind this, and it's the reason why their homes are still standing. This picture behind me is my brother's backyard. This was a few years before that. This is the front of his house in the mountains where I grew up, and I have been through countless of forest fires. It's almost a repetitive occurrence year after year during the dry season. I've seen friends' homes burnt to a crisp, and it's not because some fucking laser beam shot out of the sky, it's because the rich people can afford to hire private firefighters.
Did you hear that, man? So the rich can afford firefighters. Now, look, this is the funny part. If you listen to the whole thing, because I'm not. He's justifying the whole, and it's always hot over there, and things are burning. So if you know that this is a perpetual problem, why wouldn't you prepare yourself for something so major? I'm showing you this because I'm going somewhere with this family, and this is going everywhere. Let's go.
Die Griechen, die Privatleute, haben uns mit ihren Autos zum Evakuierungspunkt gefahren und da wusste dann keiner für Stunden, was passieren würde. Die Leute sind übers Meer mit Schiffen evakuiert worden, aber auch mit Bussen und dann hieß es irgendwann, dass die Busse nicht mehr fahren können wegen dem Feuer und die Leute sind sehr panisch geworden am Strand und haben sich gegenseitig geschubst und wollten halt alle auf diese Boote drauf.
Yeah, and I'm not one to believe that, man, but because obviously, the Most High has control of everything. But I want to show you guys something, man, that it was one of my probably favorite movies, and let's take a look at it.
Got him. 30 yards out.
Fry the bastard.
Nice shotgun, asshole.
No! Royce? I see, I'm showing you this, fam, because sometimes I wonder if they show us technology on TV, to give us a hint. Oh, man. All right, now let me switch gears. Okay, I wanted to show you guys that. Now I got to show you this. Okay, so the topic was the two-headed ego, and I know I wanted to talk about the first thing first. Now I want to show you something that I think it's important in case some of you family members are out there too. People travel, I understand. So Lord willing, they're well. But this now goes back to the whole point of to who these two-headed ones are. All right, so let's begin.
Sin delicadeza, con el discurso trillado de siempre. De los narcotraficantes mexicanos y que hay que utilizar el ejército estadounidense para casi invadir México, meterse a buscar a narcotraficantes, violando nuestra soberanía, cosa que no vamos a permitir nunca. Pero se les hace muy cómodo, pero es muy inmoral. Es decir, el problema está en México. Entonces ya estaba yo viendo un debate de los precandidatos. Y hablaron del fentanilo, de las drogas y México. Aquí vamos a estar pendientes. Cada vez que haya un cuestionamiento infundado hacia nuestro país, va a haber respuesta. Porque no somos la piñata.
De nadie.
De nadie.
Presidente, ya por último.
Not anymore, fam. I'm going to show you this why. This is why, okay? So in case you guys don't know, and I want to remind you, because excuse me, I brought this out. I brought it out for other reasons, right? But if in case you guys don't know this, the James Monroe Doctrine, or James Monroe was the 5th president between 1817 and 1825. And the last president from the founding fathers. Whatever. So this man wrote the Monroe Doctrine. Okay? And around 1821. Here, I'll show you right here. Let me see if I can magnify it. Hope you guys can see it. It says, it's from the whitehouse.gov, so obviously it's a source. In foreign affairs, Monroe proclaimed a fundamental policy that bears his name, responding to the threat that the more conservative governments in Europe might still try to aid Spain in winning back her former Latin American colonies. Monroe did not begin formally to recognize the young sister republic until 1822. After asserting the Congress would vote appropriation for diplomatic missions, he and the Secretary of State, John Quincy Adams, wished to avoid trouble with Spain until they had ceded to Florida, as was done in 1821. See, a lot of you guys don't realize that the 13 colonies did not include Florida. Now, that's not the point. But you see this here? Some 20 years after Monroe died in 1831, this became the known as the Monroe Doctrine. All right? I'm going to show you something real quick. Color Convention of 1830. It was bigger than that, fam. Okay. I'm bringing out dates. Okay. And the Indian Removal Act of 1830. Indian Rebellion. That's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. The Indian Removal Revolt, I believe. Yep. Indian Removal Revolt. Where are you at, man? 1830 Indian Removal Act, something like that. There it goes. Indian Removal Act, 1830. First major legislative departure from the U.S. policy of officially respecting the legal and political rights of American Indians. The act authorized the president to grant Indian tribes unsettled western prairie lands in exchange for their desirable territories within the state borders, especially in the southeast. The rapid settlement of the eastlands of the Mississippi River made it clear by mid-1820 that the white man would not tolerate the presence of peaceful Indians there. It's funny that they say the white man, but it wasn't just the white man that came. It wasn't just a white man that took the land. Because here we see that at 1830, y'all had representation in the antebellum period. This is a lie. Okay? These are just nice, pretty pictures. Anyways. you see that there are some political powers going on here and conventions and gatherings. Self-expression among Black Americans, West Africans, right? Freedom Journal. It was first suggested by Hezekiah Grace, but I thought that Jewish names weren't popular back then. There's a reason why I'm saying all this. Now they want to act like, oh, we didn't know. We didn't know. You don't know how it's like being Black in America because you're European. Lily White Republicans. That lady, that Black lady said Lily Whites. So Lily Whites is a Republican thing. But in case you don't realize that Republicans were traditionally Republican parties. They call them the Black and Tans. This is where they talk about the Reconstruction Act, where they tore them up, right? That's what's going on. The post-Reconstruction redemption. This doctrine of discovery was also used and taken advantage of in 1823, and then manifested in 1846, and then finalized in 1848. It wasn't just white people coming over here. The possessions of our territories wasn't just white people. Wait, did you guys forget about the Buffalo Soldiers? All the West Africans? Demolished all the buffaloes? Oh, you forgot already, huh? Yeah, you forgot already. Let me show you something. This is American Jews in politics. You see, family, I'm transitioning, is my point. Maybe you'll start liking these classes because I'm going to talk about white folks. Maybe because, you guys like that. You guys like to just respect people. I want to show you this real quick. Civil rights. During the American Civil War, American Jews were divided on their views regarding slavery and abolition. Prior to 1861, there were virtually no rabbinical sermons on slavery. Since the issue was probably as a result of fear to controversy that would create conflict within the Jewish community due to its relatively popularity at the time. Though some Jews did not come to play a role in ending of slavery, some Jews owned slaves and traded them. And likelihood of many in the Jewish communities of both North and South were tied to the slave system. Most Southern Jews supported slavery, and some, like Judah Benjamin. But then they talk about how you keep reading and how the experience between these two seems to resonate with each other. It is for this reason that it is not merely sympathy and compassion for the Black people of America that motivates us. It is above all and beyond as such sympathies and emotions, a sense of complete identification and solidarity born out of our own painful historic experience. I keep seeing a relationship between two people. And somebody keeps telling me, no, that's not true. Democrats' platform were actually Republican cracks at the day in emancipation, but they just flip roles, yeah. Well, I mean, Democrats are still the way they are, man. They're just liberals, you know what I'm saying? And Jew liberals. It's funny. They demolished the Buffalo. Yeah, they demolished the Buffalo in 1830. Today, they demolished the Wall Street. Yeah, in 1870, bro. Watch, I'll show you. One of our brothers, matter of fact, somebody got mad because they're like, why you always tag him? And I'm like, because he's one of our bros. Check this out. He's got a channel here. I'm going to show you something real quick on TikTok. Here it goes right here. Check him out.
East African OG bringing you that hidden truth. Because LeBron James and Jesse Jackson will not give it to you like this, you see. Mr. Spook Lee will never make movies about this.
Oh, also, yeah, and here you go thinking that I'm a racist. So that's why they tell you, analyze first before you judge. You just condemn yourself, man. In case you don't know that.
And I wonder why. So, I'm here learning about the Buffalo Soldiers, Geronimo, and the Wounded Knee Massacre. And I must say, the more I learn about these Black Americans and their history, the more I understand why things are happening the way they are now in the USA. Just look at the type of things these people were doing.
Did you hear what he said? He even sees it. He even sees it, but apparently you guys don't. Well, I don't. Wait, hold on.
Understand why things are happening the way they are now in the U. So I'm here learning about the Buffalo Soldiers, Geronimo, and the Wounded Knee Massacre. And I must say, the more I learn about these Black Americans and their history, the more I understand why things are happening the way they are now in the USA. Just look at the type of things these people were doing to the Native Americans, all the while crying about, the Black Wall Street Massacre, the Rosewood Massacre, boo-hoo-hoo, But look at the nonsense they were doing to the Native Americans. They will not tell you that these Black Americans massacred over 200 innocent men, women, and children for absolutely no reason. And they are here proud afterwards. To make matters even worse, these Black Americans have the nerve to claim to be the Native Americans in year 2023. What these Black Americans did to the natives is equivalent to going up to a person that you see choking, and then you sneak up behind them and you proceed to strangle them. You see, that is pure evil right there. And there's no way you can get out of this. You cannot play the blame the white man card on this at all. You see? All I know is I will say this and I will end this vid, because if I keep talking, these Black Americans are going to report, because they cannot handle the funk. But I know that if it was us Ethiopians that these Black Americans did this to, and then have the nerve to try to claim your identity. A lot of these Black Americans, they live in homes that sit on center blocks, meaning their homes sit on bricks. We Ethiopians are the type of people who would be under their house with a AK-47 or something, with a 50-round drum or something like that. And when they walk out, let's just say Patti LaBelle would start singing those sad ballads,
Yeah, that shit's funny, man. All right, so check it out. I got something else. You guys want to call yourselves, Jews? Okay. Well, let's see what kind of Jews you are. Let's go to this real quick. See, fam, I'm not saying it. They are saying it from their own books. Okay. I'm just a messenger. Watch this. This is from the History of the Jews. I'm going to give you the link. Go borrow it in archive. And it reads, friendship and partnership. In view of the small population of colonial America, Jews and Christians were frequently thrown together and learned to cooperate in business, to establish friendships and to visit one another. It is said that Jews introduced masonry in the colonies. What? Can somebody explain it? Jews introduced masonry into the colonies. Men like Gratz, brothers of Philadelphia, the Franks of Philadelphia, and New York had many Christian businesses associated who became their friends. While conversions to Christianity were few, there were instances of intermarriage. The attitude of fostered by American life is expressed in the question formulated by Franklin as test for membership in the intellectual society. Do you understand what that means? The society of the bearing light, the membership in the intellectual society. Of who? Masons. Political rights. The attitude toward Jews is a political matter. Follow closely upon deliberation of general attitude with respect to them. I don't know how you black Jews, so-called, and white Jews, so-called, think you are the Jews of the Bible. You white ones, you pale ones, you've always been in power. And you finance a lot of the slavery, Sephardic and Ashkenazis. Yeah, you both did. Black and white. Yeah, we know that now. The two heads, right? Open your eyes, family. I'm not going to go long in this. I'm getting through it quickly. I'm almost done. About maybe another 20 minutes. Now, going back to the whole political thing, right? Check this out. The Republican Party fought slavery and establishment reconstruction. So black Americans were always Republicans. But were you Hispanics Republicans or Democrats at the time? Can somebody tell me, like, yeah, my great-great-great-great-grandfather voted? So we see that it's a combination of black, white, and / white. Almost all blacks voted for Republicans who favored Reconstruction and stopped slavery forever. Abraham Lincoln was Republican. They say that he wasn't full white. Almost all Southern whites then moved their votes to the Democratic Party, who was elected. But if you think about this, remember, there's supposed to be slavery in this time, right? So how can there be slavery at this time, but then black people have political power? The black and tan. How do you do that? And then, check it out. 23 years after this, or 25 or 30, they have a couple black colleges. Did you guys stop to think at any time that Masonry was favoring you? Fake white Jews were favoring you? And now you have a problem with them? They created the impulse in you. Now you want to act like, oh no, we didn't know about the Boulets. No, oh my God, Jesus Christ, help me. No. Y'all came in with mad power. You, the Judas of the Bible. And now you're falling apart. And now you want to say, like, no, that's not true. We're going home. We're going home, everybody. I see classes now. They're just like, oh, we're going home. Now they're really stretching. Now they are really, really stretching. I find it funny. So let me show you something.
You sure about that? 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 You sure about that?
You guys are not low level, dear black Americans. You're not low level, man. Y'all are way involved in this masonry stuff. Now you want to say, like, oh no. It was just an impulse or our rights here in America because black people were treated so bad. Nah, I don't think so. No, we're not falling for this shit no more. Family, wake up. Don't be like Oso.
All right, so we're going to get final comments. We're going to start with Sister Betty.
To me was as brown as I am. But who caused the problems in the camp? Usually the mixed multitude. Because they're not even Israel. And I'll land my plane there.
All right, so we're going to get final comments.
He's not moving in love and kindness. He's just not. And I'm second guessing what I'm saying now but I'm gonna say it again.
Why she second guessed what she said? She's second guessing what she's saying now because the first thing she said earlier was that her auntie was a Freemason. Let's continue.
Those guys grew up in the UK somewhere. They really, really don't understand what we're talking about. That's why the second brother came on. He's still asking the same kind of TCA questions, moving in the same TCA type of manner. They didn't grow up here, so they did not even hear what I said. We grew up under different times than they did in the UK. They don't understand how you can get into a thing and really not know what the thing is that you're getting into until you get to be older and learn these things. Because we all throw up the peace sign, the okay sign, when my son hit
You hear that? You hear that? See, like remember, it's no different than Christianity. Think about it when you're coming out of Christianity, you're telling people, now, you know what I mean? Christianity. No, it wasn't that. We're just gathering around and having Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's not about the celebration. It's about like you're trying to be a family because we couldn't go to events because white people were so racist. Da, 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 da. Shut up.
threes in his game. He hold up the 3 fingers and all that. You think my boy was thinking about, he's doing a Masonic sign all over the gymnasiums, all over the country? No, he didn't. He just bragging about he made a 3. See, this stuff in that TCA and the other brother, they don't understand all of American culture. He feels like they feel like they can go and do a little top service research. Okay, we all know what the Divine 9 is. We all know that there's fraternities all over the country and out of the country that have brothers to pledge. My first husband, he pledged.
See that? You see that? My first husband, he pledged. She's like, my kids are throwing the peace sign, the E sign, the weird sign, and the haunt sign. You worshiped the devil. And you got ahead through your worshiping of the devil. Are you black Americans not realizing that you are the Amorites of the Bible? Meaning you have the spirit of wickedness. I know you're Canaan, but what you guys don't understand is you got your certain leaders that are not Canaan, that the other tribe, Hittites, Jebusites, right? And they're really pulling strings around you guys, making you believe that you are the people of the book. And even after all of this being disclosed, now you're going to move the goalposts and say, no. See, I don't even know how you're going to wrap your mind. You must be real good. As a matter of fact, I kind of wonder. I've been around sales for like 20 plus years. I've never met a very good salesman that was West African. Y'all are good at selling some shit in the street, but you sure as hell can't fucking be organized and sell business, products. I don't know why. I mean, maybe some of y'all. But then again, that's not Canaan. It's time for you guys to question who you are. That used to be on us. That spirit was all over us. That spirit saturated all of us. That spirit did not let us root ourselves properly. Because I know a lot of brothers that I talk to this day that came out of these camps sincere, wanting to repent. And you guys never let them root themselves. Like also, you're not rooted. No offense, bro. You're not. Deep down inside, you know damn well that we're not the same people. I don't know why you think you have to. All this was made up history. It's unfortunate, man. You're basing it off of white education. You're leaning on white education, and you're questioning me because I look like raza. That's really fucking sad, man. Let's go.
Once they realize what they done, they can never stay full. And what that means is, I don't care how much money they make, it just falls out their hand like sand. You ask yourself, a man makes $25 million a picture and still talking about his daughter's got to eat. How much damn money do you need? Because the elite's playing with their head. Well, how Satan rolls with you, Satan will give you $100 million, right? Satan will put $100 million in your pocket, and next year he'll take away 75. And you'll be like, God damn, where my $100 million at? Taxes. It wasn't taxes. See, it's how Satan keeps you on the leash. He keeps giving you. He keeps showing you to the world. But then he'll take more than what he gives to make you keep doing more. Well, okay, you lost $10 million. We just need a blood sacrifice. Then we can put you back at that $50 million club. Damon Dash. Y'all don't think Damon Dash had anything to do with Aaliyah's death? You're out of your mind. That was a setup. Now we hearing that the plane wasn't overloaded, but that was the plane blew up. Well, part of the engine blew up. That was a hit.
This ain't no joke, family. This ain't no joke. Look, watch this real quick. I'm gonna show you something. That's a crazy video we're gonna see pretty soon, family. I'm gonna show you this real quick. Let's see where you at. Right around here. No. There it goes right here. Let me download it real quick. Oh no, I got it. I got it saved. Hold on. Hey, shalom, Solomon. Kill it. Check this out, fam. This is from a book called The Perils of the Republic. I'm just gonna read this right here. It says here, the same God who watched over the nation of the Amorites, then destroyed them when their cup of iniquity was full. Sodomy, abortions, but in a sacrificial way, cutting the babies' necks, putting them in a hot iron in a sense, like they burn the hot like rock, and then they put the baby on the rock. The same God who kept record of the gay pleasures and grievous sins of the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, relatives, and who consumed them in fearful flames when they had passed the unseen line. The same one also kept watch over the Republic of Rome. You guys were there. You both were there. And is keeping watch over the Republic of the United States. In the wonderful prophecies traced with the pencil of the Holy Ghost, the history of these last two is written, and was written long before either came into existence. It was written to the intent that the living might know that the Most High ruleth the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will. See? Aquí derecho como una flecha. There you go, bro. You guys hear what we just read? Did you guys not? Did you miss it? Who's ruling right now? Who's at the top of the world? Who's the baseball players, football players, movie actors? Who's moving government? Who's making decisions? Who's begging for reparations? We don't know damn well that they don't deserve it. Who is the attention of this country, world? Who are they telling us to have empathy for? The black and the white ones. You're going to tell me? Okay, I'll give you an example. There are people who have the power to make media, and there are people who have the power because they're chosen to be part of the media. And there's only two types of people that keep doing this. And let's stop ignoring this shit, fam. For real, man. For real. Let's stop ignoring this. Listen in real quick. And I apologize if I'm cussing, family. I'm working on it, okay? But honestly, this isn't for kids anyhow. Let's go. You guys are going to trip out on this. See, there's a nation of people that promote it, and then there's a nation of people that act it. And these two nations of people seem to be part of the whole Masonry, Freemasonry, Eastern Star, Masonic, Kabbalist, Esoteric, Judaic, Zoharic, Mohammedan, Mishnaish. Yeah. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? So I seen the preview for this movie pop up on my Instagram last night. Somebody tagged me in it, called The Book of Clarence. First thing that I saw is that Jay-Z is involved in it, all right? And so the guy who's directing it, he also worked on a music video, Legacy, for, I think, Jay-Z's album 444, right? So him and Jay-Z are working together on this movie, right? You've got, Black Hebrew, I guess Israelites. You got a Black Jesus in the movie. And so, I play the trailer right here. You can see it, but directing it, he also worked on a music video, Legacy, for, I think, Jay-Z's album 444, right? So him and Jay-Z are working together on this movie, right? You've got, Black Hebrew, I guess Israelites. You got a Black Jesus in the movie. And so I play the trailer right here. You can see it, but pretty much they have this guy, right? And he sees Jesus, right? And he sees Jesus rise to fame, and he says, you know what? He's sitting there with his homeboy, and they see Jesus like, man, you can't even buy power like that. He says, I want to be like that in 10 years. Then he says, well, I want to be like that now. So then he hatches this plan, right? Where, he's going to make people believe he's some kind of Messiah. So he has his homeboy play blind, right? And he miraculously heals him. Then they show the money that's coming in. He says, knowledge is stronger than belief. A lot of real subtle things. And I just think it's so interesting, right? How people, they don't want to see this kind of stuff. You think it's just entertainment. Now, guess what? They're going to get probably some of the best writers and things like that, make it real funny, make it real appealing, get people's curiosity going. But it's demonic. It's the same thing they do with the music. They get the best beats and you're hypnotized by the beat. What is their obsession, okay, with Christianity, Jesus? Now, Jay-Z's nickname, Hove, is actually short for Jehovah. It's a play.
I am so glad that he showed that. So glad that he showed that, fam. Oh, because that's scary. Watch this real quick. You see, I found this on that video. You see, this is Jehovah's Witness. And you see the circle here, right? And you see that, right? Like, okay, cool. Jehovah. Triangular plate commonly used in English Royal Ark chapter. This world is definitely a stage, like that dude said.
On word, he claims to be, the god of rap. He has this obsession with being God. One of his lines, he says, Jesus turned water to wine. For Hove, it just took a stove. And then his wife Beyonce has said, I took the pages of the holy book and I plugged my you-know-what at that time of the month, right? So there's this obsession, right, with being God, right? Coming for God. So I want to be like that in 10 years. So I don't know if this is like some kind of like, they're trying to do some artsy way of representing how Jay-Z really feels. And Jay-Z is that character because he has this obsession with wanting to be God-like. But remember, this is exactly what Satan wanted to do. He wanted God's spot, right? And so, at the end of the clip, they have the Romans arrest him and they're like, we're going to expose Clarence, have him walk on water. And, you see it in the clip. Now, also, Jay-Z has this museum that's being, I guess, over the summer at some point in time, it opened, right? And it's called the Book of Hove. Now, remember.
The Book of Hove. I never ask for nothing. I don't demand of myself honesty, loyalty, friends, and wealth. Death before dishonor. I tell you what else. I tighten my belt, for I beg for help. Foolish pride is what held me together. Through the years I wasn't felt, which I'm not going to try to write. As you can see, justify my thug. BML. Wow. Yeah. I'm glad you said it, bro. Let me get it for you. Job 9:24. It says here, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, who he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where? Well, who is he? We see it now. I'm gonna show you something, fam. Like, watch, right? This is actually trippy. Because I'm not trying to scare my fam, man, but I didn't look, I'll be honest with y'all. Not that I never was, but I did not expect to find masonry behind BHI. Honestly, I had a talk with my wife. I told her I didn't expect that. I saw Masons and stuff. I did not expect them to be part of this. I honestly thought it was like a misunderstanding of some sort. But then the more you dig, the more you find out the secrecy. Secrets. Anything that's secretive is of them. Watch. The fat of young children, and see it in water in Brazil, reserving the thickness of what Richard, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to read that. Discovery the witchcraft. You guys read that, okay? Animals such as black cats or children may be sacrificed. Participants may drink the blood of the sacrifice, and an orgy of participants often follows the mass. You hear this? With children. It says here, the Beast 666 here, let me go to the Beast. Moreover, the Beast 666 advises that all children shall be accustomed from infancy to witness every type of sexual act, as also the process of birth, lest falsehood fog and mystery stupefy their minds, whose area else might thwart and misdirect the growth of their subconscious system of the soul symbolism. Meaning, as long as we keep them in debauchery, they won't have any direction of who their God is. You believe this? I believe this. Does it not bother you? Now I know why this guy said what he said.
I mean, a 9-year-old boy in Gaza is more of a... You don't raise your children the way we do. I mean, a 9-year-old boy in Gaza is more of a man than a 25-year-old in America. You prolong adolescence to an absurd degree. You don't prioritize maturity, but at the same time, you sexualize your children very early. I mean, you've got like third graders twerking, you know, and singing explicit song lyrics, and then you put that on social media for everyone to see. You're teaching kindergartners about sex, masturbation, about homosexuality and transgenderism. You think that prepubescent children can decide to have their genitals removed before they even know what they're actually for. You put little girls in beauty contests and try to turn them into, you know, miniature Beyoncés and Cardi B's singing about WAP. I mean, 12%, I saw a study, 12% of 12-year-olds in the US are already sexually active at 12. Now, 6.5% of them had actually already engaged in anal sex by the age of 12. The majority of sex offenders in the West victimize children, and they say about 90% of sexual assaults on children are never even reported. So imagine what the real numbers are. No, you have a pedophilia problem in the West. And no matter how much you wish you could, you can't shift that over to us. We're not going to help you justify your sickness.
Watch why I'm playing this, right?
He calls himself, it's a play on Jehovah, right? So the book of God is essentially what he's saying. And I looked up this thing that I think was Revolt, the website. They said on December 4th marks Sean Corey Carter's 48th birthday. So we scrolled through and dug up 48 Psalms from the book of Hov to not only reiterate his penchant for delivering the truth, but also celebrate the significance of his endurance of the words. And then it goes through 40 scriptures, right? Quotes from his music. Look, I'm not going to make this a long video, but you got to realize that they're demonic antichrist spirit. From the beginning of time, Satan wanted to ascend and be like God. And Jay-Z clearly wants to do that. Beyonce, these people, they clearly want to do that. They want to be gods. They think that they're some kind of gods, and they just got this obsession with Christianity. Now, I want you to quickly notice in these images, it's laid out kind of like the Temple of Solomon. I think it was Revolt, the website. They said on December 4th marks Sean Corey Carter's 48th birthday. So we scrolled through and dug up 48 Psalms from the book of Hov to not only reiterate his penchant for delivering the truth, but also celebrate the significance of his endurance of the words. And then it goes through 40 scriptures, right? Quotes from his music. Look, I'm not going to make this a long video, but you got to realize that they're demonic antichrist spirit. From the beginning of time, Satan wanted to ascend and be like God. And Jay-Z...
We are here, man. We the gods of the earth. Just like we are the gods. We are gods.
Realize that they're demonic antichrist spirit. From the beginning of time, Satan wanted to ascend and be like God. And Jay-Z clearly wants to do that. Beyonce, these people, they clearly want to do that. They want to be gods. They think that they're some kind of gods, and they just got this obsession with Christianity. Now, I want you to quickly notice in these images, it's laid out kind of like the Temple of Solomon. You see the pillars. This is all a mockery of Christianity, right? It looks like an open Bible page. Has
all a mockery, family. This whole time, they've just been mocking our people. Listen, they're not from this continent. Have you guys not thought of that? Have you guys not thought of the fact that they're not from here?
his own quotes on there, got the pillars with the little golden symbols, almost like the cherubim, like the angels going off the side, right? You see the little pride flag in the corner, of course. Hey, you better be careful. They're just getting more bold with it, and it's truly demonic, and it's a sign we're living in the end times. I mean, why don't you make a Muslim film, right? Mocking whatever they got going on, talking about that. It's always Christianity. It's always Jesus. Why? Because there's only one God. And that's why everybody is trying to come at his head, if you understand what I'm saying. That's why they're always taking his name in vain. That's why at the LGBTQ parade, you always see them talking about a gay Jesus, right? And what's so sad is Christians will sit there and listen to the music, think it's not demonic, think it's not Antichrist. Antichrist is anything that goes.
2 Ezra 8:27, regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen. Isn't this a wicked invention? Upside down, inside out, crisscross. But the desire of those that keep thy testimony in affliction. Yeah, I understand also. I can see why you hate me. It's called good, bro. Lord willing, you repent.
Goes against God's will, God's order. The Bible talks about the gods of this world. You better wake up. You better pay attention. The gods of this world have blinded them. All right, the spirit of the Antichrist is already moving the earth. Jesus says, you know not what spirit you're of. You could be under the influences of these lowercase g guys, these wrong spirits. All right, people, we argue about, well, can you sell your soul to the devil? You can come into covenant with the devil just like Eve did. I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna come into agreement with that, and look what happens.
You guys hear that? Because Eve didn't sign no freaking paper. She just said, man, that's a good idea. Oh, shoot. And that was it. And that's what these guys did. You guys said, it's a good idea. We'll get ahead. Isn't that what Eve did? She wanted to get ahead. That's what you Negroes did. You wanted to get ahead. I mean, did you guys forget? You weren't in Israel. Well, let me say this. You were in the land that didn't belong to you. Even your father and your brothers told you, look, listen, you better get out of there, man. You're going to die by sedition. I don't care. Okay.
You go support these kind of movies. You go support that kind of music. You're coming into covenant.
Oh, and by the way, your own brothers, black black Africans or black West Africans, your own brothers who are not of your tribe, they know this shit. And they're just completely letting you fall in your own shit. Why do you think you guys shoot each other? Why do you think you guys go to jail? Why do you think you guys are one of the highest when it comes to like EBT and benefits? They know who you are. These so-called elitists that are your people, they're not technically your tribe. And I know you're thinking I'm crazy. Yeah, maybe I am. Thank God. At least I didn't fall for this shit.
With what they're saying, and you're opening doors for witchcraft. You're opening doors for demonic forces. Make no mistake about it. Jay-Z, Beyonce, a lot of these artists are under some kind of demonic influence. Just like when Satan presented himself to Jesus, says, I'll give you this, right? I'll give you the fame, give you these cities if you just bow to me. And that's what a lot of these people have done. In this lifetime, right? I'm gonna come into covenant with Satan because all souls belong to God, right? But just like with Eve, right? And he was tricking her and all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing. Satan comes to people and says, if you come into covenant with me, you push this kind of music, you do this, I'm gonna give you all this fame, I'm gonna give you all this wealth, I'm gonna give you all this sex, all this money, all these houses, all of this stuff. He's the prince of the air, airplay. That's why one of the biggest ways that Satan gets his message across and he gets that deception across through the music, through the
Scriptures talk about that at the end, he would actually come down, right, and bring his Satans with him. The scriptures talk about who the saints of the Most High are. We are his people. So who are the saints of Satan? Y'all are acting the part, man. Hey, I'm not the one putting these words in your mouth. You guys have been acting, manifesting your spirit. I mean, it all actually, you know what? Calculate 1976 through 1846, and you're going to find out what I mean by that.
Entertainment, through the media, through the news. Jesus saying, let this mind be in you, but you got the mind of the world. Why? Because of the media.
In 1846, y'all went to war with us. So anyways, let's go.
Yeah, it's too deep for some of y'all. Because people don't want to hear it. Because you like it. You like your music because you like being entertained. You like watching these kind of movies because it's all funny. It's not funny. This is why, guess what? He says, the Bible says you got to die to your flesh. They try to appeal to your flesh through music, through media, through movies, through comedy. And you just think it's just entertainment. It's demonic. And you let your guard down, you're going to be in trouble. This man got a whole, idol exhibit built to him. You see it says BLM right there in the middle. I told you guys that Black Lives Matter is kingdom over culture. God made everybody, right? And it don't matter what race you are, he no respect of person, right? The Bible applies to you. You can be victorious, you can be an overcomer. Anytime you start putting culture over kingdom, hey, it's an idol. I'm telling you, it's all wrapped up.
You hear what he said, fam? Let me have him play it again. I think you guys missed it. So let's slow down. Listen to what he said. West Africans, this is exactly what your doctrine was about. And you know what's so funny, fam? There was a good amount of people and then they left. Well, I guess they left with one like.
Anytime you start putting culture over kingdom, hey, it's an idol. I'm telling you, it's all wrapped up. You see it in the movie. Without a vision, the people perish. They're trying to give you a vision.
Culture meaning every time they put black, blackity, black, then you're worshiping black, blackity, black.
Right? And it don't matter what race you are, he no respecter of person, right? The Bible applies to you. You can be victorious, you can be an overcomer. Anytime you start putting culture over kingdom, hey, it's an idol. I'm telling you, it's all wrapped up. You see it in the movie. Without a vision, the people perish. They're trying to give you a vision. Let's put the black Jesus, the black Hebrew Israelites. Let's build the Book of Hove and the Black Lives Matter. They worship, the black goddesses. Tap back into our African culture. They stripped, our real religion, and they stripped the truth. And we're the original. The black goddesses. Tap back into our African culture. They stripped. People perish. They're trying to give you
Let's listen to this. This is actually important, fam. Okay, let's listen to this real quick.
Vision. Let's put the black Jesus, the black Hebrew Israelites. Let's build the Book of Hove and the Black Lives Matter. They worship the black goddesses. Tap back into our African culture. They stripped our real religion, and they stripped the truth. And we're the original man, and we've got the best genes, and we've got. Hey, you be careful with that stuff. Idol worship. Go to www.marcusrogersministries.org if you want to support what we're doing here in Chicago. Go stream the case of.
Well, all praises. Well, all right. Now, I showed you that for a reason. But see, we've been saying this for some time, fam. But, me, what? Because I'm Mexican.
Are you freaking
Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. No, y'all don't care because I'm Mexican. Because if I was black, y'all probably believe me. I'd have like 500,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure, fam. So, what is your agenda? Remember, we're dealing with two heads. Two heads, two beasts, two people, two mindsets, two ways of thinking. Let me show you this real quick. The two-headed eagle. I couldn't find one that I like, but you know who I'm talking about? The guys that wear the little cap up there? Yeah, those crackers. So now, what the hell does this mean?
Are you freaking kidding me? Snoop Dogg? Are you serious? Snoop Dogg decides to take a cartoon photo shoot dressing as a ballerina for a project, and this is what he's wearing. Out of all things, Snoop Dogg, you could have chose to look and dress and be anything. You chose to wear a ballerina outfit in your cartoon photo shoot for a project. Are you kidding me? The time that we are living in this world is ridiculous. Morals, principles, value has been thrown out the window. People do not care these days, bro. People are selling themselves short just to make a quick buck and to get attention, and destroying the youth and destroying the people that looks up to them and watch them, thinking this right here is nice, and it's not. Wake up.
Oh, family, when I bring that book out next week, you're going to find out what they do, the Amorites. It's the same spirit, family. Yeah, they're very flesh, bro. Yeah. Yeah, I know, man. It's very fleshly, but they're not our people, bro. So, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to deal with it themselves. They're going to have to correct themselves. We're not going to do it anymore. I remember when I was in IOC, they said, like, the kingdom better start, teaching their people because Judah's getting tired of it. Oh, okay, well, we're teaching our people now. Nah, that's why you didn't want us to teach them. Because we would actually share some real information that is not sugar-coated, no, lied about. Let's listen to this. You see this spirit? You see, for the next 3 weeks, these classes are going to relate. I want you guys to know that, okay? So right now, I'm just kind of like I told the brother, man, I make chess moves. I don't just do things for any reason. You see, I put my pieces in a position. And then people don't see me coming, and then all of a sudden you're cornered. That's what I've been doing the entire time. Psalm 59:8. But thou, O Lord, shalt laugh at them. Thou shalt have all the heathen in derision. Yeah, for sure. Because you know what? I literally do those moves. Like I moved one, I did one thing here. I did one thing over there. I answered that question. You can't get away from me now. So this is the spirit that you guys deal with. So let's listen in.
But I was in Rikers Island, fucking crazy ass, jail. My first day, so I go in my cell. Man, literally like 10, 15 seconds later, this is fucking big fucking black dude. This guy had to been like 6'6", 300 pounds, fucking pure muscle. And this fucking guy tells me, you're gonna be my bitch. The fuck I ain't, bro. Fuck you. Like, and he's like, I wanna fuck you. So we're in a 2-man cell. He's like fucking walking on me, like the fucking Hulk. And my homeboy that I knew from the streets, it was like the leader of the Latin Kings. He ends up telling the guy to get the fuck out the room. And so, my boy end up like, looking out, and, I end up being cool with the fucking guy. And I remember one time asking him, like, if they was to ever let you loose, would you ever go back to women? And he was like, hell no, man. I'll go raping people outside. I want man ass.
Are always like, West, say it ain't so, West. Tell me it's not racist. It's 2019. Do we have to live like this? Yeah, motherfucker. Are always like, West, say it ain't so, West. Tell me it's not racist. It's 2019.
What did he point out when he said, tell me it's not racist? Y'all know what's up.
Are always like, West, say it ain't so, West. Tell me it's not racist. It's 2019. Do we have to live like this? Yeah, motherfucker. If you're GP, you have no choice, and you're going to live like this. I'm gonna push the line on you. Your fellow people are gonna push the line on you. Don't go to prison if this shit is shocking to you. There is no rape in California prison because of these politics. Do you want these politics, or do you want booty bandits and this other shit that they talk about in these other states' prison channels? We don't have that shit. GP California, if anybody got into anything like that, they would be dead on the spot. If you're white, if you're homie, if you're paisa, anything like that, this is not happening. It's never happened. I've never seen it. This would be murder on the spot. So these are the reasons why the politics exist, and that's why I back them. Would you rather fucking worry about that or this? I would rather flip a coin or roll the dice every day of the week and have to put in some work than have to worry about that other shit.
In this channel, we're going to start bringing facts out, family. Because guess what, man? Apparently, you guys aren't going to learn. Let's continue. Let's analyze the spirit. They're very quick at, analyzing us. Fopi, you jumped on us so quick. Y'all are Mongols. Y'all ain't the people of the Bible. Okay. So now I'm going to analyze your spirit. And I bet you a lot of you guys are bothered by this because, deep down inside, a good portion of you naturally resonate to this. It's not a new thing in jail, fam. This is a Black American thing.
You guys have to understand they got him as a child. Just like they got Bronny young, they also got LeBron young. LeBron was a superstar. His son was only hyped up because he was LeBron's son. If he wasn't LeBron's son, at the end of the day, Bronny James would not have got the hype. Bronny James would not have been an All-American at McDonald's, and Bronny James would not be going to UFC. This is all on a courtesy of the Boule.
See what I mean, fam? See what I mean now? Now you black Americans are going to try to say, oh, we didn't know any better. You know, the Bible says the Pharisees would mislead us. Y'all are West Africans, man. Fucking swallow your pride and just get it over with. Stop it. You're looking ridiculous. It's just like you are that's how you guys got ahead. Did you not see the books that I bring out all the time that the so-called Jews financed the slave trade? And they were white and black. In case you guys don't know, West Africans, that the Jews, the Portuguese were actually dark Swati, but they weren't African Americans, so to speak, 100%. So these guys were enslaving you guys. And they look at you guys like stupid. You're the ones that are going to these stores, robbing, stealing, raping, what else? Abortions, drug dealing, Philadelphia, Detroit, Chicago, Walmart, Amazon. Like, do you guys not notice that this particular tribe is making a fool out of you guys? Psalms 141:10. Let the wicked fall into their own nets, while that I will escape. Meaning, like, let them fall while I get away.
And I'm going to say this again. This is all on a courtesy of Boule. We have been fooled. We have been fooled by Bronny. We have been fooled by LeBron. And we have been fooled by the media.
No. Listen, black Americans. Okay, specifically West Africans. You guys are not the people of the book. You've been lied to. Now, you can't wrap your mind around the fact that all of this history was created. Like, it literally was. It's like you're walking on a very unstable foundation, and now you don't know what to. You're like ants without its path. You know, they just where do I go? Where do I go? Where am I? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not at any moment sad about you guys, because for so long you required our spiritual empathy towards you, and we hated our people. Psalm 79:1, a psalm of Asaph. O God, the heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temples have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. Heaps meaning a disorderly collection of objects. Boom. See? A disorderly collection of objects. History. Historically, here, watch. Man, that's beautiful, bro. I'm glad I looked it up. A disorderly collection of objects placed half-versely on top of each other. A large amount of number of. A disorderly dilapidated place or vehicle. Meaning y'all are everywhere. Your wobbles, your fucking Kemetic, your BHIs, you Pentecostal, you're Christians, you're evangelicals, you're all over the place, because guess what? You are of this world. You see, that's why you have the benefit of being the fastest, the strongest, the quickest, maybe even the most so-called endowed. Shoot, fine, you can have it. But that's why you're also fleshly. That's the sad part. Just live with it, man. This is your world. Enjoy it. 2-time losers. Damn. 2-time losers, bro. For you guys that are drugged, overdosed, and you're still failing, y'all are 2-time losers. This is your world, black Americans and white Americans. This is your world. They said it, the Psalm 57:6. They set a net for my steps. My soul was bowed down. They dug a pit in my way, but they have fallen into it themselves. That's beautiful, because there's a scripture that says that the Most High is going to punish those that made us bow down. Hey, bro, if you can find that, that'd be great. Let me see. Bow down or something like that. Bow down, bow thy head. Bow. Something like that. No. Bow down. Let's see. Something about bowing down. Okay. I think it's in Job, maybe. Psalms. If you can find it, that'd be great. Let me see what you got. All goes back to Micah 2:1. Let me see it. Micah 2:2. Micah 2:2 says, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Listen, the book I have right here. Watch. This is from the Columbian Exchange, all right? Let me see. I don't think I want to read that because that's not really my point. No, that's not it. I'm looking for... Damn it. What is the one I'm looking for? It's probably here. Because there's a... see, a lot of times we've been told like, oh, it's because the Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch made me do it. Willie Lynch didn't make you do shit. That's just who you are. So let's talk some real facts, okay? I'm gonna show you something real quick. As a matter of fact, go too slow. You guys can take pictures of it. See that two-headed eagle? Woo! Hold on a second. Hittites. Let me read that. You know what's funny? Now that everything is being revealed about them, we can now apply the verses they use. Yeah, I know, and it actually matches, right? It actually matches, bro.
Bruh.
It's straight up.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
It's like they really match. Not just the white, like, yeah, they match the white guy, but I don't know, man. They don't got that kind of power. Like, nah, these guys did. Look, the year after Columbus returned from his voyage to the Americas in 1504, group of Africans began arriving in the Caribbean, and several Africans arrived by 1502, right? Let's skip down. Then it says here, does it go? Actually, just take a picture of it. Just take a picture of it, fam. Yeah, read it at your own time. It shows that Africans, basically, if it wasn't for them, it'd be different here. Psalms 51:23, but I will put into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow. There he goes, bow down, man. That we may go over. Have you guys not done that to our people? Pinches paisas. Why are you selling telotes? Two black folks destroying their hardworking, little stations and shit. Y'all don't give a damn. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground and as the streets too. Nobody wanted to be Mexican, man. To this day, you guys don't.
Prime Minister Mark.
To this day, you guys don't. But I'm going to show you this real quick. I want to show you this because this is important, fam. Hey, look, this, in case people don't know, that's how far back I go. Okay? That's how far back I go. This is in 2017, 2018, I think. You guys have no idea who I am. You just want to get a channel that people can, nah, man. You think I wanted that? Give me a second. I'm looking for something, fam. I wonder if I can't find. There it goes, right here. Okay, here it goes. Right here. No. There was a book that I had that talked about how these guys, whenever the Spaniards were live next to us, they made life difficult for our people. They would go in there and do what they call agravios, violation, robbery, stealing. You know, to this very day, they do that. And I know you guys are gonna say he's racist. No, I'm not. I'm just reading. I'm reading history. You can't deny history. You can argue all with me all you want, but it's in a book. It's in a book. It's in a book. Let me look for it real quick. Hold on a second. Probably went down a little bit too far. Let me see. Let me see. Is it right here? No, it's coming up. Coming up. That's right. If I don't find it, I'll just move on, fam. It is what it. Oh, watch this. So, as you guys know, that the Portuguese were black, right? Okay. Throughout the history of practice, this is from the same book, the history of the history of the Jews. Throughout the history of practice, Jews had been involved in the purchase and sale of human beings. Frijoles. You guys too. This fact is confirmed by their own scholars, historians. This book, A History of the Jews, Solomon Grazel stated that Jews were among the most important slave dealers in European society. Lady Magnus wrote that the Middle Ages, the principal purchase of slaves were found among the Jews. They seem to always and everywhere at hand to buy. They seem to be always and everywhere at hand to buy and to have the means equally ready to pay. Henry Fingal stated that Jews who frequently found the heart of commerce could not have failed to contribute a proportionate share to the slave trade directly or indirectly. In 1460, when the Jews were the masters of the nautical science in Portugal, that nation was importing 700 to 800 slaves yearly. It's not that you're not the people of the. It's not that. How do I say it? It's not that we were envious. We just needed to find out what the truth was. And now we know.
I want to talk about the
I'm almost done, fam.
hidden black secret society in America known as the Boule. The Boule is a secret fraternity known as Sigma Pi Phi. Founded in 1904 of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, it was the first Greek letter fraternity started by black Americans due to secret societies like the Freemasons not allowing black members in the society at the time. There are only 5,000 members. They have had and have black notable figures of society as their members, such as Martin Luther King, Bill Cosby, Jesse Jackson, and Colin Powell. Even LeBron James happens to be a member. If you notice, the tattoo on his chest happens to be the symbolic logo of the fraternity, as you can see in both pictures. For those who believe it's a regular old fraternity based in a college, then explain why LeBron James never himself went to college, but was still allowed to be a member. And just like a secret society, they have their own rituals, secrets, and mysteries. They are actually the founders of the NAACP, and a huge reason why black Americans believe are all products of the African slave trade, are all products of the African slave trade, are all products of the African slave trade. A lot of people don't know that a black secret society even exists, and a lot may argue whether their intentions are good or bad.
Hey, by the way, I hope you're enjoying yourself also. This is not a coincidence, man. But why do they wear purple? Same spirit as the Phoenicians? Why do they love purple? It is a spiritual thing. Yeah, it is, man. It's not a coincidence. Hey, also hit that like, bro.
On Facebook under women's names. It'll be a man posing as a female.
Yes.
You know who you are. posing as a female.
Yes.
The conquistador doing that too. Posing as a female on Facebook and saying, yeah, I am IUIC, putting up incriminating pictures of us.
Right.
I am this, I am that. You think you slick? You know
Okay.
it's you.
All of a sudden, these memes come up where everybody picture and stuff typed on it. You started that. We know who you are. You edited video to lie on me. That trend started by you. That's
the weasel. The weasel.
That's right. Okay, the conquistador.
Yes. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? We know you. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? We Wetback. We know Wetback. We know.
Hey, also, you call me a nigga, but he called you a wetback.
Know you who you are too. You ain't gonna escape. God brought your judgment for you because you always been a nobody.
Okay, in case you guys don't know what it means, let me remind you. Used as a disparaging term for a person of Mexican birth or descent, especially one who has crossed the U.S.-Mexico border. By the way, that brother wasn't even Mexican, which is even triple more racist. A Mexican went to the United States illegally. What it means, he's like generalized. Like, he's a fucking Mexican. An offensive term for a person of Mexican descent, usually intended and considered as a ethnic slur. But, all right. Hey, bro, can you hear me? Hey, Messi, you on, bro? Bueno. Messi. Hey, we can hear you, bro. I'm going to keep playing it.
On Facebook under women's names. It'll be a man posing as a female.
Yes.
You know who you are. Posing as a female.
Yes.
The conquistador doing that too. Posing as a female on Facebook and saying, yeah, I am IUIC, putting up incriminating pictures of us.
Right.
I am this, I am that. You think you slick? You know
Okay.
it's you.
All of a sudden, these memes come up where everybody.
There you go. Yeah, man, I can hear you, bro. You good? Hey, we can hear you, bro.
Picture and stuff typed on it. You started that. We know who you are. You edited video to lie on me. That trend started by you. That's
the weasel. The weasel.
That's right. Okay, the conquistador.
Yes. Wow. And guess what, Wetback? We know you who you are too. You ain't gonna escape. God brought your judgment for you because you always been a nobody.
Hey, fam, check this out real quick. There you go, bro. Can you hear us? Hello? There you go, bro. We can hear you now.
Honestly, I ain't got no audio. I don't know.
Nah, we can hear you, bro. Don't trip. We can hear you.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
There you go, bro. We can hear you now. Honestly, I ain't got no audio. Well, that's a trip though, cause we can hear you, bro. Don't trip. We can hear you. Cause I was connected to my phone, right? But I got no audio from my phone, but I'm right beside my little station here, and I got put the headset, and I hear through I was connected to my phone, but I got no audio from my phone, but I'm right beside my.
Sorry, fam, I can't hear him. There's a lot of echo on my end. You see this card right here? This brother sent it to me. Now, there's a double echo from his end. I don't know if he's turned it on or not. A brother sent this to me, and I kind of looked at it for a little bit, man. And I'm like, wait a minute. That looks like somebody I know. Nah, I'm always on a late train. It's all good, fam. Not always, but look at this face. Look at that. That's from an old info, like an old card about computer group control. Any computer group you control. Play this card at any time and give 10 plus powers or resistance. Your choice to any computer group you control. Remember the Matrix? They are a program. So now let me finish this with this, and I'm going to show you something because it's happening in our towns too. My wife sent this to me, and she thought it would be good for us to see this. Okay, let's listen in. We got to start telling my people, man. These guys are very shady, sneaky, and you know what? They're going to do everything possible to continue to take what's not theirs. Let's go.
Dice, deberías de ver en la frontera cómo les lamen las patas a los gringos, hasta cruzan a sus esposas embarazadas, nada más para que el niño salga gringo. Güey, eso no nada más pasa en la frontera, güey, también en Ciudad de México ahorita tienen una situación súper crítica. Los pongo en contexto, yo soy de la Ciudad de México, yo ahí estuve toda mi infancia. Nosotros vivíamos por donde está Tacubaya y luego nos fuimos a vivir a Legaria. Si no saben dónde está Legaria, es al ladito de Polanco. Ahí por donde está el hipódromo de las Américas, por donde está el Costco de Polanco. Bueno, eso es Legaria. Yo recuerdo, güey, antes de que se hicieran los departamentos de lujo, el Museo Jumex, el Museo Sumaya, todo eso estaba jodido, Era una zona industrial, había una fábrica de Andrea, estaba la casa, los lugares más inseguros de México. Ahorita vivir en esa zona, en Legaria sobre todo, puta, es de súper lujo, porque llegaron a gentrificar los gringos bien cañón. Hace 3 meses yo regresé a la Ciudad de México, fui por unas cuestiones de la universidad a recoger unos papeles. Iba con mi esposa, iba con mi suegra y quedé de ver un amigo en Mazarik. Ahí fuimos enfrente de la churrería del Moro y está al ladito un restaurante que se llama, güey, todos eran gringos. Cágate que cuando llegamos, güey, todos eran gringos. Todos los comensales eran gringos y no es broma, güey. Cuando yo llego a Maison Kaiser, pido mesa, porque ahí te puedes sentar en una mesa para comer, y lo primero que me dijeron es, no hay lugar. Y yo así de, oye, güey, pero pues allá hay unas mesas, o sea, júntamelas, no hay lugar, no hay lugar. Ya me dijeron que no, que teníamos que esperar 40 minutos para que nos dieran la mesa, todos accedimos a esperar, y al ver la camarera que no nos fuimos, güey, pues nos tuvo que dar la mesa. Estábamos comiendo, güey, platicando, todo, y pasa un muchacho vendiendo dulces. Para esto también hay mucho pedinche de dinero. Pero tú dirás, no, la señora con el niño colgado, no, pues que la morrita con la guitarra de plástico. No, carnal. Ya hay homeless gringos, güey. Güeyes güeros que ya andan todos jodidos por la droga y andan pidiendo dinero.
Hey, fam, do you guys hear this shit?
A ver, que alguien me explique.
Do you guys hear this? They are running. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Me and my wife and I were talking about this. Apparently the white Jews, the fake ones, well, they're all fake. Maybe some of you guys are not. They do everything in their power not to die. They're doing everything in their power not to die. They want longevity, long-lasting life. Why? Why do you think? You guys ever think of that? I'm gonna show you something. Let me play.
Es güeros que ya andan todos jodidos por la droga y andan pidiendo dinero en esas zonas muy chidas de la Ciudad de México, porque ahí los expats sí les dan, güey. Pasa un muchacho vendiendo dulces. El vato era mexa. Dice, oye, carnal, dame una moneda, porfa. No, güey, para la otra sale, güey, gracias. Se va a otra mesa, pide dinero, lo mismo no le dan. Se va a otra mesa, creo que ahí le soltaron una moneda. El vato siguió ahí en la zona pidiendo dinero. Terminamos nosotros de comer ahí en Mesón Kaiser. Nos pasamos a la churrería del Moro y estamos esperando unos churros cuando no mames. El vato se va al pan cotidiano a estar pidiendo dinero y un gringo, no sé si le había insistido mucho, no sé cómo estuvo el desmadre, solamente vimos cuando el gringo empezó a gritar, hizo su desmadre, agarra la bandeja de dulces que traía el morro, se los tumba hacia el piso y salen en chinga los del pan cotidiano, los meseros, a agarrar al vato que andaba pidiendo dinero como si fuera delincuente, carnal. Llegó la policía, o sea, porque ahí está bien cuidada la zona. Se quieren empezar a llevar al vato y el vaguito agarra y no, déjame, y se puso bien violento. Pero el que empezó a hacer su desmadre, güey, era el gringo. Porque el gringo fue el que provocó que el vato se pusiera así. Para esto el gringo se quedó gritando, haciendo su desmadre, diciendo pendejada y media. Bueno, ahí quedó la historia. A lo que yo voy es que toda esta mancha de gringos son ilegales, güey. Son inmigrantes, no tienen papeles. ¿Y tú ves al gobierno de México haciendo un pedo? No. ¿Tú ves a los mexicanos quejándonos de eso? No, güey. Yo sí lo he dicho. Esos cabrones tienen que regular su situación migratoria o si no que se vayan a la chingada del país. ¿Por qué, carnal? Porque hay un montón de hermanos que están allá en Estados Unidos sufriéndola, haciendo trabajos ojetes, culeros, no viven en la mejor zona, mal pagados, güey, sin servicio médico, sin seguro, sin escolaridad, sus hijos enfermos, no pueden pagar medicinas y todavía tienen que andar mandándole acá a la familia. Y estos culeros los andan cazando para sacarlos del país. Pero esos cabrones sí pueden venir bien chingones a nuestra nación a vivir de la mejor manera porque en su país no les alcanza, güey. Por eso se vienen acá a vivir en las mejores zonas y con un buen estatus de vida. Y ustedes se han puesto a ver las noticias de Estados Unidos últimamente. Puro robo, puro homicidio, puro tiroteo escolar, güey. Inundación de drogas en las calles, un chingo de locos. O sea, cuestiones que dices, ya entiendes por qué los gringos están saliendo así de su país. Otra cosa muy grave que está pasando ahí, y esto me lo platicó el carnal con el que fui a almorzar ese día. Ellos rentan un edificio donde se está llenando de gringos, güey. Entonces el dueño del departamento de repente les quiso subir la renta, creo que pagaban como 14,000 pesos por un departamento, se los quiso subir a 60,000 varos. ¿Por qué? Porque todos los demás departamentos en eso están, porque el
As you can see, family, man, as you can see, these both nations don't stop. They hate us, but they want to be us, and they want to be around us, and then they have the nerve to say some shit to us. So look, it's the same spirit that these bastards have. Yeah, I called you bastards. That's right. Yeah, you guys are next. See, I play chess. I've been setting it up the whole time. I'm not forgetting about the other ones. I know some of you guys are like, hey, you got no. You have no idea what I got on these guys. Let's continue and listen in, because y'all are next. Let's go.
Hebron, the occupied West Bank. The chatter on a soldier's radio tells us we're being watched. Hebron is a place of religious significance, which makes it a magnet for some of Israel's most extreme settlers, Jewish communities who've illegally taken over Palestinian homes.
Illegally taking over Palestinian homes, okay? Let's go.
what's unique about Hebron, unlike any other Palestinian city, is that the settlers are here in the heart of the city. Today is the Jewish holiday Purim, and the settlers are celebrating arm in arm with Israeli soldiers. Palestinians in Hebron are some of the most heavily monitored and controlled people on the planet.
Hear that? They're monitored, heavily monitored in their own land. Yeah, we are the ones being persecuted since the invasion. Them Canaanites pride themselves. They hire magicians, to be honest, to clean their yard, or Mexicans to be clean their yard, but they also hire magicians, bro. Let's go.
In the military surveillance laboratory that is the occupied territories, Hebron is ground zero. The Israeli military enforces a policy of separation here. The city was divided into two sections in 1997, H1, where the Palestinian Authority has nominal control, and H2, which is under full Israeli control. Israel's authority in H2 is designed to protect 800 settlers living here illegally according to international law, amongst
illegally
around 40,000 Palestinians. One of those settlers happens to be Itamar Ben-Gvir, who has been convicted of inciting anti-Arab racism and supporting a terrorist group. He is now Israel's Minister of National Security. To safeguard the settlers, Hebron's sacred old city is under military lockdown. Some parts of H2 have been designated sterile, that's the official term, areas where Palestinians are forbidden. Across
is not within a bounded space, but it follows you wherever you go, into the city's streets, in your home, into your bedroom, and that there's no escaping it.
Across the West Bank, Palestinians are experiencing an explosion of military and settler violence. In 1 week in February, the Israeli military raided the city of Nablus, killing 11 people. A few days later, Palestinian gunmen shot and killed 2 settlers in Hawara. Hundreds of settlers then marched into the town, escorted and protected by Israeli soldiers, and indulged.
Escorted and protected by Israeli soldiers. That just shows the kind of spirit of little bitches you guys are. You need cops to do this. You need that support. Doesn't this sound ironically similar to these people here in this country, fam? They need to keep us, Latino, Hispanics, natives, stupefied, so to awaken, this is our land, to invoke that sense of proprietary right to reclaim it on both continents. Yeah, for sure, bro. That is for sure. Because listen, you guys can play around with these Palestinians all you want, but we're a different breed. And we see you now in Mexico. Oh, I'm keeping count, fam. Yo, I'm keeping count in every state. Let's go.
Indulged in an hours-long rampage. By sunrise, hundreds of vehicles, homes, and shops have been torched.
These are the people of the book. Look at these fools. They steer. The
number of
land. They stole the land. Y'all stole the land, and you have the nerve. Ain't this what wobbles are doing? Ah, you guys ain't the real people of the book. You guys are not from America. Now Palestinians are feeling what we feel. It's the same spirit. Y'all need these West Africans. But you messed up on one thing, and I will never disclose what you messed up on. Let's go.
By sunrise, hundreds of vehicles, homes, and shops have been torched. Over the last 5 years, the number of settler attacks against Palestinians has risen by almost 200%. In Hebron, they happen almost every day. The Israeli military likes to call Hebron a smart city. It's a euphemism for the elaborate system of surveillance and facial recognition they are operating here on Palestinians.
من شقة يعني وين ما نروح في تل الميدة بنحس حالنا مراقبين دايما مراقبين وين ما كان هاي مش حياة ولا عيشة.
Testimonials from former Israeli soldiers who've spoken out about their experiences in Hebron Palestinians are biometrically registered and assessed against information. The first.
Family, I want to show you something because this is what they did at the border. These people don't change, fam. And now you Ashkans and you Sephards. And hey, listen, bro, I know you know who I'm talking about. You were teaching the Sephardics to our people, but you fucked up, man. You fucked up. Excuse my language. Because they're not. These are demons. These were demons, man.
Previously unreported system is Red
1917 Fumigation Act. Trust me, man, that had nothing to do with anybody but these people right here.
Wolf. That's the one used at permanent checkpoints, where Palestinians are biometrically registered and assessed against information held on them. Soldiers teach Red Wolf by pairing new faces with IDs and other biographical information. Then there's Blue Wolf, a facial recognition app Israeli forces use in the field, on raids or at temporary checkpoints, to capture photos of Palestinians. The third system is White Wolf, an app for settlers, allowing them to check if Palestinian workers have the correct permits. It gives the settlers access to confidential government data. Connecting all of this is Wolfpack, a database that aims to build a profile of every Palestinian in the West Bank, including information like a person's name, where they live, their family members, car license plates, and whether they are wanted or not.
According to testimonies from...
Hey, you see this? But yet these are so-called Israelis that are the people of the book that they suffered so much. Oh my God, you're on the bottom. Oh, everybody's so persecuting you guys. You guys are a bunch of fucking liars, man. You're no different than these West Africans. That's one thing you guys have in common. You guys are deceiving bastards.
Veterans, Israeli soldiers are even incentivized to compete with one another over who can collect the most data and photos of Palestinians. It's just one of the ways the occupation here in Hebron is being gamified.
This creates an idea that Palestinians are just objects out there waiting to be photographed, and that may help your unit to...
By soldiers.
Say cheese. Cheese. I don't think there's any point in history in which...
Half asleep, forced to line up to have their photos taken illegally by soldiers.
Say cheese. I don't think there's any point.
Yeah, I actually looked it up, man. The Talmud does have several of those things that they say that we're like animals, that once a girl bleeds, if she's Gentile, she's like no different than a dog. That's how they are. This is the Talmud. You guys study the Talmud. You guys study the Zohar. You guys study the Mishnah. And you try to tell me that you're the people of the book? You need another book to explain to you the Bible? Y'all are stupid, man. But I tell you what, Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 applies to both of you nations. And I look forward to the day where I see massive destruction. Because these 19s and all that stuff, the stuff I showed you, it's them. Who started the drug addiction? Fentanyl started from oxycodone. Who created oxycodone? A fucking Jewish guy.
Point in history in which the creation of a database consisting exclusively of one ethnic or racialized group has ever led to any good outcomes. We are dealing with something that we have recognized as apartheid. And in this context, the creation of a database exclusively for Palestinians to stop them from entering particular spaces.
Man, in a way, kind of family, I wish these fools would really try to do this shit to us. I really wish that this nation was close to us. Because you know what? One thing none of these nations understand is who we are. They don't. They're going to find out.
Stop them from being able to live fulfilling lives, to stop them from being able to access family and medical services. That itself is sort of re-entrenched.
Surveillance technologies to control a population. This is part and parcel of the occupation's tactics of control.
The history of surveilling Palestinians so as to control them goes back more than 100 years to the days of British rule. Britain's colonial project was dependent on intensive surveillance.
Who gave them the land in 1849 and 1948? Damn heathens, bro.
And intelligence gathering. These documents, classified as very secret, are from 1917, the year Britain first occupied Palestine. They are handbooks on Palestinian personalities, produced by a British intelligence unit called the Arab Bureau. They were designed to give officials insights on who was considered intelligent, pro-British or easily susceptible to foreign influence. From 1920 onwards, British Mandate authorities collected information on every facet of Palestinian life. Many of these strategies were adopted by, and in some cases taught to, Jewish paramilitary groups.
Did you hear this? It was taught to them. It was taught to them. Let's go.
From 1920 onwards, British Mandate authorities collected information on every facet of Palestinian life. Many of these strategies were adopted by, and in some cases taught to, Jewish paramilitary groups in Palestine like the Haganah.
They determined, how many men of fighting age lived in each town. They'd map out the topography so they could inform their own battle strategy. And they created this vast index of all the Palestinian villages that was called the Village Files.
The Village Files.
Hear this about the Village Files? This is crazy stuff. Let's continue.
Were a comprehensive survey of hundreds of Palestinian villages in the 1940s, produced by the Haganah. They included information on muhtars, village leaders, on which villages were likely to resist and those that were poorly defended.
Hey, doesn't this remind you of the Repatriation Act when they kicked us Mexicans out? Did they not remind you of that? You Jews, fake Jews for that matter, have been involved with this whole oppressive, regressive, egotistical, disgusting spirit of yours. No wonder a lot of our children are being separated from their parents. Are you sacrificing and eating them too? Damn devils. Now I know why Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 is in the book. Run one after the other. Revelation 2:9, it says, I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And there you go, Negroes, following them right behind them. Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. And you know how you guys do that to these cracks? All praises, humility, all praises. Let's see if you got humility.
The Haganah also conducted aerial surveillance, taking pictures they turned into highly accurate battle maps. And they recruited Jewish operatives with Middle Eastern features, known as Mustaravim, who were planted in Arab towns and villages as spies. These colonial intelligence gathering operations would...
Hey, it sounds like also, are you one of them? Are you one of these guys?
prove instrumental in the Nakba, the catastrophe in 1948, when many of the villages infiltrated were destroyed, and at least 750,000 Palestinians were expelled from their homes.
All of that kind of cataloging and categorizing and data collection, intrinsic to colonial rule, laid the foundation for Israel's own establishment of a quite colonial bureaucracy. In the years immediately following statehood, this entailed deploying police forces and tapping into radio signals and tapping into phone calls, to then developing newer technologies that could intercept emails and text messages, and then...
Hey, that sounds familiar, right?
And spyware, CCTV cameras, biometrics. And so at every step of the way, you see technology not only standing in for these more analog practices, but intensifying them.
The surveillance being conducted by the Israeli military is only one half of the story. Palestinians know there are two systems that watch over them.
We have one for the soldiers and one for the settlers. The settlers who are living here in Hebron, they have their own security camera system. It's not connected to the army. For me, settlers has power more than the military itself. Usually the settlers give order to the soldier, not to the opposite. At this
with experience in the West Bank, he spoke with us on the condition that we hide his identity.
When you collect a lot of data, you can accurately control the human terrain. You need a lot of intel in order to counter terrorism, and it enables you to do so while you separate between the bad guys and the majority of the population. This is the main rationale. And there is a lot of tension between basic human rights or privacy and kind of military occupation. Definitely, in some places like Hebron, there is a huge complexity because of Jewish settlements that are embedded in a Palestinian city.
I'm glad you mentioned Hebron. We saw cameras there that look directly into people's homes, into their bedrooms. These are, by design, technologies of mass surveillance. They target everyone. If counterterrorism is the rationale, as you put it, that's certainly not how it's actually being used. It's more about control of Palestinians, is it not?
Actually, I'm not very familiar with the situation on the ground, so I cannot comment on that. But as an Israeli citizen, I'm not satisfied with the situation there. There are a lot of human rights violations because of this complex situation. But I can agree that from what you describe, it's also a question of more police, law and order, and controlling them than fighting terrorism. But it definitely helps with terrorism as well.
The Israeli military says AI-driven surveillance will deliver a frictionless occupation.
Y'all know what's going on, so I'm gonna finish it up now. Appreciate you guys. Let's finish this real quick.
You guys have to understand, I made a video 2 weeks ago about LeBron James and who he really is. But the crazy thing about it is, I don't believe his son actually know who he really is. And when his son actually sees him sitting down with the rabbi, walking out with the rabbi, holding hands with the rabbi, I wonder if he understands what's really going on. You guys have to understand, they got.
Bam, shalom, man. You guys have a good night. Appreciate you being here. Hey, Meshi, man, I apologize, bro. You couldn't connect, and I don't know what was going on, but hit me up. Either we talk tonight or tomorrow, bro. All right? Take care of yourself, man. Or I'll email you, bro. Shalom, everybody. It's Rick. Whoever I miss, Julio, Al, I'll be revealed. Solomon. Oh, you know my brother right here from down under. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Good to see you back, man. All praise, bro. Good to hear you, bro. I'm glad. It sounds like things are gonna working out over there, man. I hope that job is really taking care of you over there in Guanatos, bro. Vale, pues, cuídense, hermanos. All right, shalom. Have a good night.
Yeah. Oye, es nada más y nada menos que el motherfucker Blessing Mike de Playa de Kings. Estos bebés son Big Papo, dude. No sean rebeldes, deja el rebel. Yo no me quede, yo me hospede junto a Belzebú. No me remete, plebe, no soy leve como tú. Si hay algo que no muere, eso es el hip hop Perú. Y peto, perico, te traje una chica perica. Atrás te voy a mostrar como dos monstruos rap trafican. No trate ni trepe, solo trote, señorita. Treque, donde la sangre salpica. Se aplica, te explica, replica. ¿Pa' qué? Aplica, practica, suplica. Con fe a mi perro grita, yo lo mataré. Tu madre llora y canta, jalabade, flow peregrina, chivolo propina, ina, hacen base, mejor coja vaselina, no imagina, mi vida fuera de una esquina, yo solo quiero más chavos pa' comprar más chilindrina, gira, que somos puros animales rompiéndote todos los cristales, repete señales que a ti no te sale, ¿qué pasa compadre? Somos naturales, voy a llenar todas las editoriales, rate de mi huevo pa' los tribunales, tú eres un antianal, yo experto en artesanales, yeah, se me afaga la cimaita, sopló.
Terco 92 de 09 está en la casa, barrio. Escucha bien, así se hace, Yo. Tengo problemas de actitud y poca paciencia. Hablo si me da la gana, nadie me silencia. No quieren aceptar que pa' muchos soy influencia. La voz de los barrios que llega a tocar tu conciencia. Yo sé que muchos quieren llegar a ser tendencia y hacen lo que sea sin pensar en las consecuencias. Es la diferencia, yo mantengo mi esencia y ustedes por pegar han cambiado hasta de apariencia. Y no es que lo diga yo, pero la gran evidencia es que cambian de personalidad con frecuencia. Y no son locos con inteligencia, solo quieren un poco de atención con insistencia. No presumo en nada, hago todo a mi conveniencia. Por eso te doy una sugerencia: conmigo no busquen competencia, que llevo 10 años ganándole a la vida y lo sabe la audiencia. La firme, qué ocurrencia, ¿cómo pueden joder sin prudencia? No se dan cuenta que mi experiencia es a base de exigencia. Mi trabajo es con independencia y el de otros de un productor depende su permanencia. Sigo firme en la resistencia, dándole más rap en el track hasta por correspondencia. Que muchos disques evolucionaron, no es coincidencia. El dinero y la fama hizo que pierdan su decencia. Terco 92, cuando quieras, donde quieras.
¿Cómo? Sí. He aprendido a sobrevivir de las maldades, comprendiendo que nada es como tú sabes. Va a decir verdad, la lucho a diario. No me critiques, no me justifico, siempre hago lo que predico. Soy de barrio y rico en talento. De una me sacan por mi forma de ser y mi acento en el yauca. Mi gente la está rompiendo por ser parte de este movimiento. Quiero saludar a las personas que nunca confiaron en mí, que hoy por hoy se paltean cuando me ven venir. Bye bye motherfuckers en estas líneas. Bye bye a fluir. Déjate llevar como hay people in the street. Yo. Déjate llevar como hay people in the street. Hey, 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 oh, yeah. Oh. primo.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros antes esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.